Second, guys. Now hear me or what's up? Wow, I'm pretty loud. Yeah. Yeah, so what's up everybody? Big Mike, I see you, Luke, Thanos, Zope the Goat. My internet is super spotty right now, people. You gotta work with me. My internet's fucked up. Um so we had a crazy week. Big Cloud went to the dentist today. That motherfucker's passed out in discourse. You know what I mean? I fell asleep earlier today. Rev is supposed to be here, but he when he texted me, I was sleeping. So I'm sure people, come in meds. Is trying to make it back. His mom's in town, but I think people are just gonna be a little late today. But yeah, it was crazy, crazy, crazy day for me. I'm fucking so tired, bro. I had a long day at work. Adriano Taliano was popping with you, man. Uh, yeah, but crazy week in terms of like actual news for once, right? And old chocolate, what's good? What's good? Four Horsemen, what's up? Muck, my boy, what's up? Bobby. But yeah, it was crazy week. So uh, as people either wake their ass up or come in here, we'll just we'll run it like this until they get here. Um, Cage, what's up? Mega, Blackjack, what's up? How's everybody doing? Hope you had a good week. I hope your favorite company didn't let you down. Whether that's State of Play or that's you know what I mean? If that's the Xbox Showcase, D Nasty, man. Long time subscriber there. That's my man right there. Long time sub. Outlaw Gaming, what's up? So yeah. Yeah, but I mean I I'll just say this. State of Play quickly, and then when the guys get here, if they fucking get here. Uh Callisto looks fucking crazy, man. Like highlight. Last of Us Remastered is a highlight. I know people are, saying it's a $70 game, man, but that's a day one buy, bro, without a doubt. I mean, it is what it is. That's a day one buy. Um, Trying to think, State of Play, and Call of Duty looked really impressive, bro. I'm not even a Call of Duty guy like that, but that shit looked super impressive to me. I really believe that shit looked incredible to me. This all like the guns, the sparks, all that shit. I like all that attention to detail. But Xbox to me was a fucking, you know what I mean? That shit was a disaster to me. Not a disaster, but it wasn't all bad. But there was like a big chunk of that show where it was just, dude, I was like getting irritated. My back was hurting. I'm sitting there watching this shit. You know what I mean? It does feel good to have shit to look forward to because, free Elden Ring or Horizon Zero Dawn, it looked like it was going to be a bad, bad year. Big Cloud, yeah, I pulled your ass in this. Are you up? Oh my god! See what I got to deal with? Big Cloud drooling all over his keyboard. Like, he didn't send me the link, motherfucker. I called your phone. Yeah, look at this. I don't want to hear it, man. Look at Big Cloud. Now see what that says? Big Cloud, 9:08 p.m. Pick up your phone. Hold on. T Mac, what up? What up? Kyle Reese. Let me get these. Hold on, Big Cloud. But yeah, it was just a shitty. You know what else too? The problem, we're really gonna get into this because the problem was, and the problem Starfield's having right now is it's a game that got overhyped. It's a game that got overhyped. This shit has been overhyped for too long, man. It's been overhyped for way too fucking long. And so when they finally do reveal Starfield, not to say that it looks completely dog shit, because it don't, and it as like a space guy, I love astronomy, I love all that shit. But it just looks a little. I have a bad feeling that this game is gonna suffer from too much shit. What I mean by that, it's going to it's gonna do so many things, but it's not gonna do one of those things particularly. You know what I mean? It's not gonna do one of those things really well. Like, yeah, you can. You can play in third person, you can shoot, you can travel a planet, you can fly. There's ship combat, you can farm materials, but all those little, like, I hope the animation just looked a little stiff, man. I'm not trying to look. I'm not trying to hate. I'm just being honest. I just felt like everything looked stiff. Like you're shooting enemies and they're not reacting to bullets. Oh, Blaze, they're in space. Come on, bro. Are we really? You want to go look at every other space shooter? Reps coming in 5 minutes. You want to look at every other space shooter? I got you. Um, it just looked very stiff. I mean, chat. Am I lying here? Like, did that shit look stiff or what? I mean, that shit looks stiff a little bit. Like, I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be like for real. Like, I'm not trying to hate. I'm not trying to hate about Starfield. I think the beat. Look at. Oh, Big Cloud's here. Solid Red was 5 minutes. Big Cloud's here. All right. Better link. Here.
Yo.
That might be me. Um. Yeah, that is.
Make
But
sure I'm good.
super stiff to me. And I don't like when you're getting shot at and you're not reacting to fucking bullets going into your body. It don't make sense. It don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? All right. All
Yo.
right. Yeah. Just what'd you think of Starfield? Just quickly, then when Rev gets here, we'll get into all that. But
So when I first saw it, I just busted out laughing. I'm like, this is the game that was gonna, in Spider-Man 2. This is the game that's gonna beat God of War. You know what I mean, Blaze? This is the game that's gonna destroy any PlayStation game that we've been talking about. I see the gameplay, I see the game. I'm like, bro, this is what y'all been hyping up, y'all been waiting for. You know what it really looked like? It looked like Fallout with an identity crisis. I don't know. It really felt like they were just trying to do No Man's Sky. When you see the comparisons and everything, it's like, dude, this is what y'all hyped up for. Now, again, if you like it, you like it. I'm not gonna sit here and hate on you. Like, there are people who like No Man's Sky. This game's probably for you. Hey, enjoy it. You know what I mean? Nobody's telling you not to enjoy the game. Have fun. But if you're on Twitter and you're over here playing the victim, like, oh, all they do is hate on everything, and you know damn well you're part of this group that overhyped this game and got pissed off when people were either talking positive about Wolverine, you did this to yourself. I had dudes try to drag me in the conversation on a daily, like, yo, Ryan, have you seen like what you think about Starfield? I'm like, what you mean what I think about Starfield? Like, what you think about Starfield? Are you excited for Starfield? How can I be excited for something I never saw gameplay for? You see what I'm saying? How can I be excited for that? And like, oh, well, you're hyped for Wolverine. Wolverine is done by Insomniac Games. Insomniac games and superhero games is the last thing I'm worried about on this godforsaken earth. I'm just keeping the buck.
Yeah, Big Cloud. Look, and look, the what's crazy about Starfield is the initial, like when they first start showing it, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is the my look at, man. First impressions means everything. It's a cliche shit.
Yeah.
Look at, but you telling me, yo, because as the trailer went along and they started showing these different biomes and these different skyboxes, I'm like, okay, some of this shit looks actually nice. But
Right.
why the fuck they chose that gray, just a gray bland?
Baron Alfred,
If that's a moon or whatever, or if that planet has some sort of significance to the story, whatever. But why choose that as like, yo, the wow factor was not there for Starfield. The initial, I'm not like the first minute of Starfield or 2 minutes of it was just very underwhelming. Underwhelming it was.
You know what the wild part is too? They're talking about there's 1,000 planets, bro. 1,000 planets. Now, there's 1,000 planets. You expect them to have detail like this? I'm expecting to be even less barren than this. Like they're really talking about that. 1,000 planets. How many planets did No Man's Sky have? Like
Too many.
200. It was like 200, right? Like 200, I think. 1,000. Who the like you know what I'm saying? Like whose idea was this? This doesn't look anywhere near impressive. Don't get me wrong, Forza look good, but I'm getting tired of that fucking conversation. Forza's always gonna look good. You know what I mean? Like that's just come to expect.
Yeah, bro. They showed off a river. They showed off a river running, and look, it looks pretty.
It looks good.
It looks really good.
Care.
But we expect Forza to be Forza. We know it's a good game. Like you listen, you guys trying to stay here and say, well, we got Forza. Okay, Forza's never been bad. When is like, okay, I'm sure they had a one bad entry or whatever, but Forza's for the most part has always been a solid entry with beautiful visuals. It's always been that. Okay, so I don't want to look at the shit like the beginning of the showcase. Vic. All right, hopefully Vic comes too. Good. So hopefully the showcase started off really strong, in my opinion. It started off good, and then there's like a 30-40% period of just pure, game
laziness.
Coming to Game Pass, or pure just like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I don't care how many players continue to play Sea of Thieves. I don't give a fuck. Like that's the shit they were showing. They were showing a bunch of DLC, like Forza Hot Wheel Blade. Look at Forza Horizon. Bro, you guys already did Hot Wheels. It's shit. Listen, I guarantee you, I'll go on Forza 4 where they had the Hot Wheels joint, and I guarantee you, I'll record some gameplay and hashtag Forza 5. Forza Horizon 5 looks amazing. And I guarantee you, not a single soul will call me out for saying, hey, that's actually 4. I guarantee you.
You know what cracked me up, though? Deuce came out of this conference talking about, well, at least they killed Gran Turismo. I'm like, that's your big argument? Your game of show, which is supposed to be your game of the generation, basically, is getting memed to oblivion. The game is giving off Halo Infinite vibes. You know what also pissed me off too about that show, Blaze? I'm surprised you didn't bring this up. How the fuck is Flight Simulator getting Halo content instead of Halo Infinite? Where is co-op for this game, dude? You see what I'm saying? Where are the modes? Where are the modes that we were waiting on? You know
how the fuck does Halo get content for Flight Simulator, but not Halo
for the main game? I don't get that.
I mean, that ship looked really good though, didn't it? Though
it looked good, but I'm like, bro, are we really
listen? And like Flight Simulator, bro. Okay, it's a look it. No one's disputing. Like, yo, if you're a sim guy and you like that type of shit, that thing is a perfect. Like that shit looks incredible. Okay, and like. The like I've seen people setups with their joystick. They got these huge command centers. No, look it. I don't know. Maybe there's some PlayStation guys out there that'll just lie through their teeth, but I'm not gonna tell you that game looks horrible or there's no interest for that game. Like, yeah, that game's cool, but like
it's not doing.
That's an anniversary edition. That's adding some ships and helicopters. Cool, but like they showed, like I said, it started off strong. Like people were just waiting for, and dude, not only was Starfield hyped, and then they did it in the show. They sat there and showed you shit and shit and shit, like a bunch of Game Pass titles that look. I don't give a fuck about those games, and I'm sure there's somebody out there, but like Grounded and all that shit, like they hyped it during the game, so now you're waiting expectations. You're waiting for Starfield, like, oh, they're gonna show off Starfield, though. Starfield's gonna save the show, and then boom, they show it off, and you're like, wait, okay, like it don't look bad, but it don't look.
Like it don't like it was worth the wait. You know what I mean? That's what the problem is. Like it don't look bad, but at the same time, it don't look like it's so good that I'm bragging about type of thing. You know, it don't look anywhere near that, and that's the issue with the show, really.
Yeah, we'll get into it. We got listen. We got my listen. This is a guy here, my guy Vic, bro. Appreciate you for coming, Vic. I always tell you, get your ass on here anytime you can. I love when Vic pulls up. So Vic, welcome to the stream. Rev, I know you text me, bro, but I was sleeping.
Yeah. Whatever,
dude.
Whatever.
But welcome to the show, Rev. And I got a bone to pick with you. But anyway, so we're just talking about the showcase and Xbox and state of play. You know, they're the pros and cons of both shows, because both shows weren't, they weren't good. Both of them. I feel like they were just mediocre. They had highlights, but they were both kind of just whatever, a bunch of shit we don't really care about. But I watched your video. I felt like you were pretty content. And dude, my guy Vic, please go look at this tweet, people. If you follow me on Twitter, I posted something about it. My guy Vic posts Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. He puts these 4 screenshots up, and it looks goddamn good. And it's running with the theme of Starfield. Planets in the background, first-person shooter, and people are retweeting and liking this shit over 100 times, and they think it's Starfield, and they're like, "Oh, the game looks great, green team, and all this shit," and it's really Call of Duty what they're liking. They don't even understand the difference between Starfield and Call of Duty. I thought that shit was hilarious. That was a great little thing you did, Vic. That was smart on you.
Can you hear me?
I hear you good, bro.
All right, cool. I had to edit a bunch of my audio shit. Yeah, I was watching the podcast while I was eating, and you were in here by yourself, so I was like, "Fuck, I can't let you do that. Let me get in here." But it looks like everybody's here now.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
All good, bro.
Hey Vic, you watch both shows?
I think I watched what was it? It was like Xbox, PlayStation, and the summer thing. Yeah, I watched all of them.
What? All right. Let's start out. Let's start off with Xbox. I feel like that's the biggest show, had the most hype around it. What was your highlights from that show, if any?
Oh, highlights. I'm gonna be honest. There wasn't a lot of highlights for me for that show, at all. Actually, I wanted to see I wanted to see what Starfield looked like, because I actually liked the older Fallout, like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. I wanted to see where they could take it, but what I saw didn't really show much. It was like some cuts to gameplay, and I don't know, it didn't look very interesting, and the combat looked a little bit generic, if I'm being honest.
How'd you feel about Redfall? That game was slated for this year, but they got pushed back to next year. They didn't do anything for you?
I feel bad because I don't want it to come off as I'm talking shit, but that's
no, dude. It was due this year. You speak your mind.
So okay, well, the things that stood out to me were Redfall still didn't have a release date, right? Yeah. And that was it was supposed to come out this year. Starfield didn't get a release date either. It was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff didn't make the show. Like Hellblade wasn't in the show, so that's not coming in the next 12 months because that was the focus of the show.
Yeah.
What else? Avowed, which I heard is in development hell, might be getting reworked.
Perfect Dark
wasn't there.
No Gear collection.
Yeah, Stalker wasn't there, but I mean,
Stalker.
They're in Ukraine, so that makes sense. So I don't know. Redfall, not for me. I mean, if it's on, it's like one of those games where you see it and you're like, if it's on Game Pass, I'll play it.
Right? But isn't that sad though? But that's really the reality of it.
Yeah, it's how the same way I felt for Back 4 Blood. It's like if it's in Game Pass, I'll play it, but I wouldn't spend money on that on PC if it wasn't on Game Pass.
Now, Vin, like I said, and just like you said, you don't want to come off hating. I said the same thing. Okay, like I said, I'm a space guy, all that. But the first images of Starfield we see is this gray, bland. What does Rev call it? Rev, the soap screen effect. Like it looked like there was a filter over. Like it just wasn't that wow factor. I was just like the first times I laid my eyes on the game. I'm not saying it looked horrible, but it didn't just particularly wow me at that point. Now, as it went on, they started showing biomes and shit, like palm, like different areas. I'm like, oh, okay, like they started showing more combat. I was like, third person. I'm like, all right, now we got something. I'm interested. I'm definitely playing the day one, but I feel like it's underwhelming, Rev. Your thoughts, Rev? Because I felt like you said you were in, or you liked it. You
I
liked
was in what?
You said you liked what you saw. With Starfield.
Did I say that? Did
Yeah,
did that come out of my mouth? I don't
No,
know.
Maybe it was Little Man.
I don't feel like he said that.
Really?
That's
Did you even
right.
watch the video, Blaze?
So
I don't
you
feel
watched
like
the
you
video?
man.
No,
Just
okay.
skim through it.
There we go.
Just skim through the video.
There we go. Yep. There
I
we
thought
go.
it looked okay. It looked okay. That's
It wasn't good. That's all. Yeah, didn't look amazing.
There was the shipbuilding, the base building, both of which I don't give two shits about. And then as soon as they said 1,000 planets, I said, okay, all right. You know what I mean? This is a huge problem.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a huge problem.
So is it
This game's gonna
procedurally
be a mess.
generated or
That's how I
not?
feel.
Because think about it. How many
Is that like a serious question? Think about that. 1,000 planets.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna handcraft 1,000 planets?
I think
it's
six
going to
of
be
them-
randomly. It's going to be randomly like shifted throughout the map.
Procedurally generated, confirmed. That's
Yep.
it.
Yes, they confirmed that 6 of those planets are handcrafted.
Right.
Or like a lot
Six?
of like them. Yeah. So 6.
Wow.
Where was it? It was like 30 to 40 hours for the story, and a lot of the content takes place on 6 like handcrafted planets. So of those thousands, I mean, don't matter how long that was in development, there's no way they're handcrafting thousands of planets. So you're gonna get a lot of like No Man's Sky type stuff where it's procedurally generated.
Did you guys get like Halo Infinite vibes when you guys first saw it? Like just the first impressions were just like the way the graphics and everything was coming together. It was buggy as hell.
It looked
really.
like Infinite Warfare with like a worse color palette to me.
Yeah, no contrast, no color in it.
It just looked like the game wasn't finished. Period. Like we were talking about earlier. What you were talking about earlier, Blaze, before I jumped in here, when dude was getting shot in the back, he didn't react. He took a full clip, and then he stood up, and then he stood up and reacted to it, and he died. And then the other dude ran into the bullets. You got bullets going over enemies when you're shooting shotguns.
Is there blood?
No blood.
Did you see anybody see blood?
No like gore, no nothing.
Is there VATS? Is that going to be in the game? There's a lot of questions we got, and I know they showed off quite a bit of footage. So I'm not sitting here and saying, "Oh, we need to see more." They showed off a lot, bro. We know what we're going to be doing. I feel like you're going to go to planet to planet. The biggest dude, I can't believe that it's. I just give Little Man said it best. That solar system is enough. Like if they would have just did that particular solar system, you know how much content that is. Like you said, Rev, one planet is enough. It's true. Think of one map on Far Cry, how big that is, how much shit you can cram in that. Like, so my thing is, like I said, I think they're going to have their hands in too many areas and not do anything particularly well. That's what I think is going to happen. Like, everything's going to be just okay and mediocre, but nothing is going to be really done well. Dude, no blood pissed me off. The way enemies are getting shot and I don't know, man. I guess it's a Bethesda game, right? Like, what can we expect, dude? Like, we're not going to sit here and say Bethesda has great first-person shooting.
I would expect more from a first-party studio. I mean, it makes no sense that the Callisto protocol is outdoing them like this. You know what I mean? It makes no sense.
Yeah, but that's a linear game, bro. It's just too different to compare that. Bro.
True, but I mean, does this game have to be this super expanded? We just talked about we don't need 1,000 planets. Why go all out for 1,000 planets?
Bro, they're trying to recapture Skyrim. That's where I get like that high of Skyrim that Bethesda had, and the success and the release after release and remaster after they've been trying to, like, it's like the first time you got high, they've been trying to get that back and capture that feeling like, oh my god, this world is huge, we can do everything. So, dude, but when IGN is posting videos side by side, Rev, you know what I mean, showing No Man's Sky and you're buzzing your little light laser at it, dude, it's like, who wants to grind for materials, bro? That shit is not fun.
As soon as I saw that, dude, I rolled my eyes. As soon as I seen that, it's unreal.
Dude, who wants to grind for materials?
Dude, you can't even manually like control the ship and go to the planets. It's like one of those things where you just hit next planet and it just goes.
It better be seamless. When I touch down on the planet, if No Man's Sky lets me
think about that, 1,000 planets, bro. I doubt it's gonna be seamless.
Big Cloud. If No Man's Sky can do it, they have no excuse. In No Man's Sky, you can fly from a planet, get into atmosphere, get into the land, get out.
They already said that's not in the game. They already said that. So you can't you don't take off from a planet, you don't land on a planet. That's a loading screen.
It's a load screen.
So they said they treat the on-planet experience and the in-space experience are two separate experiences. So what will happen is if you want to take off, you would say, I want to take off, and it'll be like a little cutscene of you taking off, and then you're in space, and you can control the ship or whatever. And then when you see another planet you want to go to, you pick that you want to travel there, and it'll be another cutscene / loading screen. There's no taking off and landing.
Mewtwo, that's fucking hilarious. 1,000 planets, that means 1,000 loading screens. I mean, that is facts, bro. That's, it's not a game breaker, but it's just a goddamn shame, is what it is.
I mean, we're going back instead of forward. That's what it is.
I mean, I know they're two different games technically, No Man's Sky and this shit, but I mean, when you really look at it, base building, farming for materials with the same laser shit, you know what I mean? Hopping out third person mode, jumping, customize your ship. It's literally, hey.
No, we've been shitting on it this whole time. I'll say something nice. You can tell that the engine is new. I don't know if it's new, but it's a very big upgrade from the last Fallout game in terms of like the facial animations and stuff. It's not like super stiff. That looked pretty good. The voice acting was all right. But that was probably the highlight. That was like the biggest difference.
And let me come to the rescue of that game a little bit, because people are showing a Sony first party game, facial animations, and then they're showing Starfield. Yes. Right? They obviously look different, right? But it's not fair for a game that's going to have probably over 1,000 NPCs easily. You just got to think at least, let's say one planet, one NPC. So let's just say double that, right? At least over 1,000 NPCs. It's not fair. You can't compare that to Last of Us, where they have a total of 20 people that they got to face scan and put that shit in. It's totally different when you got to put 1,000 people and make them look different. That's a big task, and it's completely different from a linear experience with about 20 NPCs total. I'm just being real. That's just the facts.
Yep.
I think the biggest thing working against Starfield is like Microsoft just spent 70 billion or was it 7?
Oh, 7 billion for Bethesda.
7 billion for Bethesda, right?
Crazy.
And this was like their big showcase to see what they've had cooking for the last few years. And Starfield was supposed to be the face of like that transition to like, all right, Xbox has games now. They have, big developers, big IPs. And that's a lot to live up to. So when you see Starfield come out and it doesn't look like a big generational leap in terms of gameplay or graphics, we don't know what the fuck the story is going to be. But yeah, I don't know. I think the expectation is very high because Starfield's supposed to be the face of that transition, and that's not. They definitely didn't put their best foot forward.
I agree.
Rev, highlights from the Xbox show. I know Starfield. None.
Nope.
Redfall.
Bro, give me a break.
Look, I will say this about Redfall, right? I will say that as bad as it's better than what I expected. If that sounds crazy to you, I didn't expect, like you guys were saying, the guns looked cool, but dude, the enemies are literally just jumping in front of you and saying, "Shoot me!" They're just like, I don't know, man. That when you tweeted out this show is fucking embarrassing, dude. I was on Iron Lords. It's a primarily Xbox podcast. And King David, all these guys are like, no, this is not it. This is not it. They should have gave this to Jeff Keighley for Summer Game Fest. That's what they kept saying. Like, That showcase was for the investors. It's to show, hey, we got a game for you, and you. That's all that was. That was just like, look what we got coming to Game Pass in the next 12 months. Keep investing. That's what that says. Stay hooked. Stay on Game Pass. That's all that shit told me. Very underwhelming show.
Yeah. No,
Big Cloud, I know how you feel. You didn't like anything either.
It was telling. I mean, everybody, again, like you just said, Iron Lords, everybody started off super hyped, right? And as the show progressed, it felt like after the third or fourth game was shown, that's where the energy just shifted. You know what I mean? Like the show just became trash. After the Forza Hot Wheels thing, it was like, okay,
and that looks great. But guess what? You already done that Forza. You did that, and I said, Rev, I can post Forza Horizon 4 Hot Wheels like Vic did. I'll put Forza Horizon 4 and claim it as #5, and they wouldn't know the fucking difference. I guarantee
it's It's Forza Horizon 3.
Three.
Did you guys just feel like they were just like going back to the same basket because they knew they didn't have any content at this point? Because, I mean, what was the point? I don't see anything worthwhile. All your main hitters, Avowed, Hellblade 2, obviously, and you got, Redfall and Starfield. These games are not ready for next year.
They showed off Hellblade, just to put in perspective. They showed off Hellblade on the Series X launch reveal. Not when it launched the console. The first time we ever seen the Series X, that's when we seen Hellblade. That was a long time ago. I feel like it's been 4 years, and you still can't show us nothing. Not that I give a fuck about Hellblade, but god damn. Anyway, moving on. That show overhyped, just like Starfield, and at the end, it was pumped up, and it was underwhelming, and that's coming from everybody. That's just not my opinion. State of Play, surprisingly, again, a show that started off really strong to me. I said, wow, they're showing some mature titles here. I was shocked. I swear to God, they showed like Callisto. It felt like it was sponsored by NASA because they showed like 5 space games in a row. But the point is, they showed off some mature titles. Then they followed up with COD. I'm like, shit. But Callisto Protocol looks.
That's the game
at the top of the list. Yeah, dude,
game of the year.
That shit looks retarded, dude. That looks like it's going to be the most enjoyable game shooting limb after. Like, I cannot wait to play that game. And Call of Duty, Rev, I know it's like a woman that's broke your heart in the past, but that thing looks good, Rev.
Yeah, she
gun sounds
good. Yeah,
dude, the rain coming off the railing, splashing, the gun splatter. Like, bro, Vic, you're a COD guy, Vic. Did Call of Duty not impress a little bit? Say the truth. Come on, Vic.
It just comes down to the servers, though. That's all. The servers gonna be.
I'll be honest. I didn't buy the last Call of Duty.
Either.
I thought it looked all right. It wasn't as impressive to me as Modern Warfare 2019 was. I like that reveal better. It was, I don't know, it just was more impressive to me. I don't know. I was just hoping to see more because it's been 3 years since that game came out, and it does look a little bit better. But I feel like that engine is getting old, bro. Like, they can say new engine all they want, but it's very clear that it's just an iteration of the same engine. Like, they tweak shit here and there, but I don't know. It looked all right. I'll play the campaign. I thought they were going to go a different direction in terms of like fighting against the cartel. So to see what it was, and we're going to still be fighting all over the world, I was like, this is the same shit they've been doing.
So Vic, I don't know if this is true. So I heard Modern Warfare 2019 was a prequel, and Modern Warfare 2 is Modern Warfare 1.
Oh,
I don't know how much of that is true, because I think that you never fought against any Mexican cartels in Call of Duty before, I don't think, and that's what you're going to be doing in the new one. So I think it's just a new. It's like a refresh of the whole series.
But and then Rev saying it looks slow, bro. 2019 was much slower than all the previous CODs. I felt like it was slow, and I felt like he was moving slow on purpose. Like, he wasn't like even pushing up his joystick.
Yeah, they do that a lot though in the like those little gameplay walkthroughs. They always walk fucking slow, and they're not really aiming down sights that often. They're just trying to show off the graphics. But
right.
I don't know. It looked all right. I'm not more excited than I was before I saw that. You know what I mean?
Really?
I still play it, but like,
that's
I don't know.
Crazy to me.
I feel like Call of Duty is always. It doesn't evolve much. It's, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And it's modern warfare. It's like they gotta be literally grounded. Like they can't see they go into space. People are like, oh, they're doing too much. You know, then they try to make it as realistic and as bro. They're going up that stairwell, like checking corners. Bodies are dropping. I felt like the shit looked really impressive to me. I don't know. I'm not even a COD guy, but I really liked how it looked. Bro. I called Rev right away. I'm like, dude, this looks awesome. He's like, really? Oh, I thought it looked okay. Like, damn, all right, maybe it's just me. Because I have no expectations, dude. Vanguard was fucking awful. What was the other one? Black Ops was even fucking worse.
World War II was another one.
They just feel really that, you know. Anyway, COD looks good. Big Cloud, you haven't played COD in 10 years, so.
Yeah.
But, you know, the thing is, Rev and Vic both talk shit, but I guarantee you, I can guarantee it, they will be playing Day One Warzone for a month. I give it a month.
I don't know about that. I haven't really fucked with. I haven't really played Call of Duty multiplayer in a real long since 2019.
No, none of us did. But how much time do we put into Warzone? Every night till 4 a.m, bro.
Yeah,
come on, Rev.
But that was like 3 years ago. None of us have played it since.
Long time ago. That shit's dead.
Yeah,
I'll play the campaign though. I'm sure it'll be cool. You know,
yeah, I'm talking campaign too, right? Really, I'm just talking about what I've really seen. All the other.
Bro, you just said we were gonna play it for a month. The campaign's gonna take 5 hours to beat.
You think it'll be 5 hours long?
Rev's gonna get his fill during the beta. He'll play the beta and be like, "Yeah, fuck, it's not for me."
Yep, boom. There you go.
Rev either loves the beta or he hates the beta. Like it's never in between. Like he either fucking hates it or he's like, dude, I changed my mind on Call of Duty. I can see one of those beta reviews. You know, this shit is awesome. You know, I think, you know, bro, how about this, Rev? I'll make a bet with you that you'll pick it up more than once. You'll pick it up on 2 separate platforms. Bet?
Yeah, that's a bet. Hey, block this person in the comments, dude. I can't block him.
Who?
Dropping all this nonsense spam.
Oh, they're everywhere, bro.
They're a bot.
They're everywhere, bro, on YouTube.
Yeah, dude, I can't block them.
Thank you, guys. Suffer, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, but Callisto, Rev, give us just a quick take on it. Like, is that it for you?
You already know, man.
That's it for you. That there's nothing else that matters than that game, right?
Well, no, there's more games, but like Callisto's at the top of the list.
Over Last of Us remake?
Yeah, absolutely.
How'd you feel about the dismemberment in Callisto versus the Dead Space remake, Ref? Like it looked like similar. It was more deep. It looked a little different. Though. Remember how he shot the shoulder, the tendon of the shoulder was hanging, like flesh and everything. It looked a little different.
I don't know. I didn't catch that.
I'm gonna get some flack, Rev, but I think I like a physical gun than the light cutters too.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that.
Yeah, they kept the take controls as well, so that's gonna make it even tougher in those little tight situations, like in the tight corridors when you go through the ship. So they're gonna have some fun with this game.
The game looks super impressive. Last of Us remake. People saying they can't see the difference. If you can't see the difference, bro, you really, really should go to the doctor. Now, saying that after seeing tests, it's solidified for me. I'm telling you, they're making these people ugly on purpose. I'm convinced. Everybody looks worse. Look, I'm not saying it looks worse as in a real person. They look like real human beings. Like everything is the facial animation, the eyes look real, everything. I'm talking about the decision to make them look like, well, Blaze, they're in a post, like, okay. But if you look at Tessa's picture, she looks like she kept herself somewhat groomed and somewhat presentable. Like in that one, she just like Vic, what'd you say? Somebody else smoking crack or something? Like,
yeah.
Like run through.
Yeah, she looked like she was on meth, bro. She looks horrible. It looks like the original character's mom.
Yeah.
Like it could be her mom. Like they made every character like look real strung out, but they just made him like real old. I don't know. I don't care for it, but whatever.
Tess is probably in her late 40s? I don't know.
She was like early 40s, I think, in that game.
Early 40s. She looks like she's like 58.
Yeah, because Joel would have been like in his like mid to late 40s in that game. So yeah, in the first one, and then like you'd be like close to close to 60 in Last of Us 2. So,
and I'm telling you, Rev, Neil Druckmann comes out, he got a build on him, a build. I'm telling you, Rev, he's been hearing you run your mouth, bro. Watch out, bro. You see Neil Druckmann, bro. He's not playing with you no more, man. He's pumping iron now, Rev, you know. The guy comes out there, you know, with what are they called? Ashley Johnson or whatever, but it's like
Troy Baker.
And it's like they're showing off, oh, we got a new game. It's like, bro, Naughty Dog, it's like you're Rockstar to me, bro. By the time that shit comes out, like, why even on that stage if that game's not even going to come out for another 2 years? Like, what's the point of even, like, I don't even want to hear about it, bro.
Well, they were there for the TV show because they're going to be in the TV show as other characters. I think that's what they said about them being on that show. So they're going to be there. They just basically confirmed that there was no additional scenes that they recorded for the game, but that doesn't count out, like you said earlier. That doesn't count on Abby. You know what I mean? They could have thrown Abby at the end of this or something. I don't know. So like a snippet or something.
You know, and then the Summer Game Fest again. I'm just bringing up what I remember about PlayStation State of Play. I'm sorry. You know, started off strong, and then it just kind of wavered, and they showed a bunch of, like, you know, the Resident Evil shit was cool. You know, it's like, yeah, you know what it is, that I just don't care about anything but a few games right now. And, like, you know, as they start coming out, I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot that was coming out. Like, you know, PlayStation Plus Premium. Shout out to Solid Rev. He gave me PlayStation Plus Premium. I don't have to pay for it for free. Appreciate that. I'm telling you right now, PlayStation fans, I don't notice a difference. I looked, the first thing I did is I checked it out. I see a bunch of beautiful, beautiful PS3 games. And you know what? That's all I wanted to play is the PS3 shit. I tried Siphon Filter. The combat is so god awful. The controls, you have to hold R1 to acquire a target, then you have to hit square to shoot. It's just too dated. It's cool, you know, for people that never played it and want platinums and shit, cool. But it really just makes me want PlayStation to stop fucking around and let me download these PS3 games. All those awesome PS3 games, and I can't do shit with them but stream them. It's like,
yep.
It was so frustrating because I'm like, damn, look, I love seeing those PS3 games. Like, damn, right there. But yeah, shout out to Rev. He got like 181 days. What was it, Rev? Why did they just do that? Did they just upgrade you for free, or did you have to go and actually pick premium?
No, it was $30, like 29, 30 bucks, something like that.
You ain't gonna renew that.
No, hell no.
You're just trying it.
You said, dude, the service isn't for us. It's for people that don't buy games. Plain and simple. Yeah. Every single game in there we have. Every single one. You know, and then the PS3 games, streaming, are you kidding me? They got a couple games, old games in there that you can download for the PS5. I don't know if you caught that. Go download Siphon Filter for the PS5. Dude, absolute freaking joke. Sony is garbage when it comes to backwards compatible service. It
don't fill up your full TV screen, people.
It doesn't?
No, you can't. You can go in and you can make it full screen. You can, but it stretches it.
Yeah.
It messes with the aspect ratio. Oh,
okay. Looks terrible.
Oh. It looks terrible either way, but it makes it look worse. I do remember it. You can stretch it, but how you acquire targets, Rev? You have to hold R1 and then hit square. And I understand those were the controls, but like no effort at all. Like they added trophies.
Zero. All they did was they took PS Now and they combined it with PS Plus, and then they took games that have been out for a year plus and they put them on the service. That's it. That's literally all they did.
Yeah, I'm seeing everybody hyping up like you can download everything. I'm like, wait, did they?
Yeah, Sony guys that were anti-Game Pass are now pro PlayStation Plus Premium.
Right.
Like it's the best deal in
dude, get the hell out of here.
It's the best deal in gaming. Like, oh, it wasn't that big. Like, oh, my.
If they're anti-Game Pass, they were anti-Game Pass for a reason. They're anti-Game Pass because they believe that you need to buy your games. So if you bought those games, why the hell do you like PS Plus Premium?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Because it's
right? You should have all those games. You support your games. That's why you were anti-Game Pass. Now they're sucking off a subscription service. It's like, dude, give me a break, man.
Rev, I had this conversation with a developer on fucking Saturdays, a friend of mine. We were talking about this too. It's like they're like, oh, support the developer, right? Oh, all about supporting the developer. Okay, just pay the $70. My thing is this, Rev. If you're about pro like developer, right? You're pro money in their pocket. Why are you bitching about Spider-Man going to PC at this point?
Look at
Is that it?
Dude,
You see what I'm saying? Like,
at this
it don't
point,
make sense.
I don't care about anything going to PC anymore. It bothered me in the beginning, but it doesn't anymore.
It don't, because
It's
you
whatever
what
now.
you're getting in the long run. You see what I'm saying? It don't. You see, that money and that investment's going to bigger stuff for Sony. They're fixing issues, so I'm not worried about that. I'm expecting sequels to be bigger. That's stuff that we have to look forward to. But the thing is, though, when you just look at just what we have now compared to what we did now, it's like it's still we're not there. You know what I mean? This service still has a ways to go before it can be
People
worth
play the
price
game
tag.
where the fuck you want to play it. If you got a PS5, your game's not going to be any differently than it would be. Like you still can play it on your console. You're still going to be able to play as a PlayStation fan. These new games that come out, I know the one thing I have left is to say, well, hey, you know what? If I want to play it, at least I can play it first on my PlayStation. Like you know what I mean? Like, but going to PC, yeah, that look it. I bust balls and troll. You know, like I did last week, and people were getting all upset at me. But play the games where you want to fucking play, people. It don't matter anymore. That ship is gone, sealed, like it's over. It's completely over, bro. The fact that Spider-Man's coming out before Uncharted is crazy because they launched Uncharted, say, hey, Uncharted's coming to PC. That was like months ago, but here comes Spider-Man. It's about to launch before Uncharted, which is crazy to me. But yeah, that PS Plus shit makes me want PlayStation just to like, dude, if they just took the time to just upskill some of these games. I understand it's a PS1 game, it's a classic, Blaze. What do you complain? Like, okay, but bro, show some effort. Xbox got plenty of classics and they're running at fucking native 4K. It wouldn't take, bro, that shit could run off a microwave. It wouldn't take much. Yeah. But they don't want to do it because they're fucking lazy. Dude, I expect
they had a dedicated team to it.
Yo, I expect a huge drop off in numbers for this whole premium shit that people are repping. I guarantee you're gonna drop off. There's no way unless they're adding new shit, but it's gonna drop off big time in the next few months. You'll see, unless people are grandfathered and they already bought a shit ton of months. But
unless they're throwing first party in this shit, I'm not saying day and date, obviously, but let's say they start throwing first party in this in record time, like unless of the wait time, I guess you would have to wait for it to go to PC. Maybe I don't know. Like,
you know what, Rev? You played a demo. That's cool, right? I guess that's cool. You play a game for a couple hours, try it out. A game that say you weren't sure about. That's not on Game Pass. That comes out. You're like, you know what? Let me try this.
That's cool, but you have to pay for it.
How often does that
don't happen a lot? It don't happen a lot.
How often does that work? You know what I mean? Like, we know what we like. If it's a game we're interested in, we get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
That's it. We own it. So, something we're up in the air about, we're up in the air for a reason. There's so much stuff out there we can do to look and see if we're interested in the game. You can look at a game and see if you're going to like it or not. Now, sometimes they surprise you if you play them and stuff like that, but a lot of times that's because it grows on you. Like I fired up that Elix. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's
Elix
that's what I'm talking about.
Dude, I fire up the demo. I walk out of whatever, the cutscene. I swing my pipe. I uninstalled the game. That's it. His animation was so ridiculous, I uninstalled it. I said, yeah, that's it. And that's the only demo that I downloaded. Just a big waste of time.
What about the free games? Like I know the cat game that your daughter was like, oh, she got happy. Stray.
Yeah, Stray. That'll be nice. That'll be nice because she wants to play that.
She wants to play it, but like, say there is like a little, if they put interesting titles that they give out for free, like even like a AA game or a whatever, a Shadow Warrior 3. Like, hey, if you're a premium, you get this for free. By the way, like that's cool. Like they do more shit like that, but like you said, Rev, it's a merger of two things on a platter, period. That's really
I don't know, man. You know what? I'm going to tell you what. Like, I was kind of just like whatever with Game Pass. Like, I kind of like how you are, Blaze. We're just like, it's all right. But at the same time, like after watching that conference, I don't know, man. I think I may be anti-subscription services for games. Hey, Vic, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm back.
You remember what we were talking about after the conference? We were talking on Twitter in the DMs.
Yeah.
Tell them what you were telling me with Game Pass. Remember we were talking about big budget, AAA budget, AA budget. Go into what you were telling me.
Well, the short version of it is, I mean, they're trying to invest. Just from the outside looking in, it looks like Microsoft is making their lead platform is not a console, right? Their lead platform is now Game Pass. And if they're going to invest X amount of dollars into that platform, you're going to get a lot of mid-level shit, right? You're going to get like 30 mid-level games instead of like 2 big budget AAA titles, because they're going to try to expand that library and create like this. I don't want to call it artificial. It feels artificial to me, but it's like artificial value, right? It's like, oh, we just gave you 30 to 40 games for Game Pass, right? And then when you look and see what those games are, you're like, like I would have rather just had like 2 games on par with like Uncharted or God of War, stuff like that. But I don't think that's what it's ever going to be, because they're going to use like a lot of buzzwords like, oh, we have X amount of games now on the platform, and that's what the budget's going to go towards. And they're just kind of trying to spin it. We're giving devs creative freedom to make what they want. But really, if you look at everything, the majority of shit on Game Pass is like mid-level games that you would have never touched if it wasn't on Game Pass. Does that make sense?
That's a fact, Vic. I don't want the buzzword is already that. Oh, there's so many games. Okay, but what does it matter that there's X amount of games if I don't want to play X amount of games? Like you can have 400 games, but if I only want to play 3 of them, what the fuck? Like I don't care.
Yeah. Well, hold on. You were spouting for PlayStation that something's better than nothing.
Well, also you got to think of it like this, right? Everybody probably
okay. You got me on this. But Rev,
everybody watching this, right? Everybody watching this podcast, and the 4 of us in here, right? We're not really the target audience for Game Pass. Like the target audience for Game Pass is like a casual gamer that when they see like, oh, there's 500 games in here I can play. That's the people they're trying to get. They're not trying to get us, right? Because all the good shit that's in Game Pass, we buy it anyway.
Yeah, we already have.
You know what I mean? So I just think like for us, it doesn't have value, but for the people they're targeting, which is the casual market that is like the vast majority of gamers.
Yeah, but Vic, isn't the casual market the ones that want to see the sparks and graphics? Like I feel like that's what they want.
No, not all of them, right? Because
they also want
the biggest demographic of gamers is kids, right? And who makes the purchasing decisions in those households is the parents. The parents don't know shit about games. But if you can market to the parents, you can have access to a library of 500 games for $10 or what, I don't know how fuck much it costs. Like I pay $1 for it every time. But like you pay $10 a month and you have all this, right? Like for people who are making the purchasing decisions that don't know shit about games, which are the parents, it makes a lot of sense. That's the thing. It's not value for us, right? But I don't think it's supposed to be, because I don't think we're the market for that. They're going to make a shit ton of money eventually, right? Right now, all they're doing is building out the catalog for that platform. That's why everything you saw in that show was just some mid-level shit, because they can make 30 or 40 of those games instead of making like Uncharted, God of War, and whatever else, you know?
Now, Vic, I said this a while ago. I feel like we've all said this at one point. I'm telling you, Game Pass, like I said, them trying to push out games the next 12 months is, what you'll see in Game Pass. That right there is the reasoning for rushed, terrible, buggy, trash product. I'm telling you, they got to meet these quotes and make sure they got an X amount of games for this year, or X amount of games for that month, and they got to have something new, and they got to show these investors that, look, we got shit coming every month. Don't worry. You know what I mean? And like, I agree. Dude, what you just said there, Vic, was fucking, really, it's spot on. But like, I'm telling you, it's taking away from the first party shit that Xbox does, because
100%.
Every game that comes out from Xbox in the last fucking 8 years is kind of just, there's signs of greatness, but it's always lacking something. It's always like, well, they did that before, or dude. How the fuck you don't even show co-op? Like Big Cloud said it best. You showing Halo shit for Flight Simulator, but Halo can't get Content?
An update. Yeah, an update. No co-op. We've been asking for co-op for how long? We've been asking for new maps for how long? But
Dude,
you know what they do give us?
Vic? What's so hard about co-op? Please tell me, what are they going through that's so hard with fucking co-op? Tell me what's the fucking technicalities of adding a player. Let me just be chief. I don't care. Let me see the same cutscene you see. What is the issue, bro?
You know what's wild too? I guarantee you, they had no problems dropping skins on that shit though, in the midst of all this.
No, of course not. But I mean, of course, like you got to think in tandem while that game is in development, right? Especially once they got that extra year of development time when it got delayed.
Yeah.
The content rollout for that is being developed in tandem with the game itself, right? There's a whole separate team dedicated to like, all right, we're going to make this amount of cosmetics and this is how we're going to roll them out and this is how much they're going to cost and this is what they're going to be bundled with. So they have that. But now when you see like the pushback they got because there's no actual fucking content for the game itself, like the actual game to play, like maps and modes and shit, they're being more reserved on rolling out cosmetics because it's a horrible look. You have way more cosmetics than you have maps and weapons and modes. A lot of shit that used to be in the game's not even in it anymore. Like, so I guarantee you they have a mountain of cosmetics and like shit that you can buy in that battle pass just waiting.
Dude,
literally just waiting.
Have you seen the latest battle pass from Halo?
No.
Dude, level 98, Vic. They got a fucking helmet chip for your fucking shoulder pad at level 98. Like, everything is bland and uninspired, bro. I'm not just talking shit. And people, before you run your mouth, I got a lot of time in Halo, more than you, I guarantee it. And I fucking played, and I got the whole battle pass complete. Whether I played or I bought it, I still put enough time to, Anyway, the point is, it's uninspiring. It really, 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 even the store, you would think, all right, but they're going to put the good shit in the store. The store is fucking stupid. It's like, it's fucking just, dude, it's bad. And like, people want to say, whoa, bro, look what's going on with Halo. Fucking Halo, the biggest game you fucking have. And you telling me don't worry about the other games? No, I see the light right now. It's Halo. Halo's struggling. What do you think Wolfenstein's going to be doing? I'm just saying, like.
That was another thing we didn't see from the showcase. They haven't shown not even just anything from Machine Games. Yeah. Anything at all, right?
Isn't Machine Games making Indiana Jones, Vic? Or am I tripping, people?
I think you're right. But they haven't shown shit from most of the studios that they... Yeah, I don't know. That showcase was just bad, man. It's a real bad foot forward. Because, like, this was... Like, I was rooting for them because competition's always good for us. We need Xbox to put out good shit because then it forces PlayStation to put out good shit.
Exactly.
So,
what do you think PlayStation do, Vic? If you're sitting there, you're Jim Ryan, right? You're drinking your tea in England. You're like, Sony, blah blah. And that show finally ends. What are you saying? What are you saying to yourself? Like, you're not tripping.
No, I mean everything that PlayStation has in their pipeline right now is. I mean, it's just better.
Yep.
It's just higher quality shit. I mean, for people like us, right, who were looking for those AAA big budget experiences, if you're in Sony's position, you really don't got to do nothing. They haven't given you a reason to like step your game up, which sucks for us.
Yeah. I tried to get everybody hyped for the show before, and then everybody was just like dead quiet. There was no excitement going in the show. There was no crazy expectations, and that's what makes this show hurt that much more, in my opinion. Because if the bar is set that low and you can't even, exceed that, then what the fuck am I excited for in the future? What can you possibly?
Big Cloud, but usually PlayStation, Yoshida, hey, lower your expectations. How many? We always get those tweets before shows. Yeah. Lower your expectations. I was waiting for the same tweet for like Aaron Greenberg has tweeted out before. Hey, lower your expectations. No, that was none of that. So they were completely, dude. They're flying people, dude. Some of you idiots flew out to watch that shit.
Man, dude's got.
I don't know if they're idiots. That's their job, dude.
I mean, bro, you flew out to watch. Rev, if I fly you out to watch a trash can on a sidewalk for 2 hours, you gonna like it?
He ain't gonna care. He got a free trip.
Bullshit, I wouldn't care. Dude, I hate traveling. I hate being in crowds. Dude, I hate it. If I would have flown, went through traffic, waited in line and sat in the lobby and had to witness that live, dude, I'd have been furious. Absolutely furious. You know what I did after that? I made the video, and I was genuinely irritated from that conference. Like, it put me in a bad mood because every game that came, I said, there's no way they're going to keep going with this bullshit. You know what I mean? There's going to be something that drops. And then they show Starfield at the very end. I'm like, this is the last thing they got. And it's mediocre. That's the first time ever where I said, wow. Like, we've talked about Game Pass hurting games several times. We just talked about it. That's the first time it really hit me like, wow, Xbox is going down the tubes because of this service. That's how I felt. Anyways, so I canceled my Game Pass, uninstalled Sniper Elite off Game Pass, and then went and bought it on Steam. Screw it.
Oh man!
Wow.
So that's just how I'm gonna roll. If they release something that's good, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm not resubscribing.
And you know what the biggest telling story is, Rev? Is Little Man didn't like it.
No, he hated.
Usually he'd be like,
they look like all games Big Cloud would play. You know what I mean?
Wait, what?
Every single game.
No,
they look like Big Cloud games. That's it.
That was definitely your game.
Yeah, Summer Game Fest, bro. I wanted to, Rev. I wanted to call you more than I called you once. You kept, the Blaze will play this shit. I'm like, oh my god, it's just, Little Man. And then they showed Minecraft, and when he said, "Yeah, I'm not playing that type of Minecraft," like I was shocked. Like I was expecting to like a couple things there, but hey, that just goes to show you when you overhype something. Like expectations were high for me, bro. I thought this was it. We, as PlayStation guys, we always tease the Xbox and say, "Hey, wait till E3, wait till E3." Well, this was it. I really thought they were. I really was super confident that they were just going to show. We've got these. Look at the narrative hasn't changed, people. All the acquisitions, and I understand things take time, and I understand deals haven't gone through. But at the end of the day, they buy. But nothing.
Did he freeze?
Oh,
what happened? Is he
gone? His internet.
Good.
No, the show's still going. We're still here. So he just have to rejoin if he's gone.
It doesn't drop it?
That
doesn't make sense.
Now in Streamlabs. Now in Streamlabs.
Oh shit.
If it was Streamlabs and it was dedicated on him, then there's a different story. But yeah. So no. So you still here. So there you go.
All right. Well, you're the co-host, Big Cloud.
Yeah. So we sneak this, and that's what we're doing. Big Cloud games. What a
sneak this? That's not a sneak this.
That is a sneak.
Okay, you're right here, Big Cloud.
That is a sneak this on a left.
That's not a sneak this. That's a fact.
Go bust my. What are you talking? You trying to say I would play this shit?
I say you play silly shit.
I don't play
like listen, this is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand about people like you. Okay?
What? I don't play that shit.
Your demographic, the kind that plays silly shit. When Xbox shows silly shit, you think it's bad. When Sony shows the same type of bullshit, you hype it up.
So give me an example of.
I'm just talking.
Give me an example because you went down the rabbit hole. You about to die right on the show.
Nah, I'm just talking shit.
And this is why, Rev. By the way, I love StreamYard. So my internet has been spotty as hell, like shit. But even if I go down, lightning strikes my house, the show will continue. Yeah, bro. That's what I love about this shit. Like think about that. We would have the show would have been done. Right there.
That's what Rev hates about it. He thought he was out of here.
I know. I heard.
I thought I was dismissed.
Rev, I heard you say good. I'm like, I could hear it right before I disconnected. I'm like, look at this guy, bro. What the fuck?
It sucks you can't make like a co-host option, so if you like disconnect, somebody can end it or whatever if it needs. That's the only thing.
Oh, you can't do that. Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah. Listen, you have to like reconnect to end the show.
Look, I just want to say this. I say look at a lot. People keep telling me that. I know. Sorry. That's my new word. Look at. Last of Us Remastered, Rev, that's a day one buy, right? You said that nothing has changed. Are you upset with something? Do you feel any
I don't know. Are you buying it? I feel like you should buy it. That way I don't have to buy it. I bought Sniper Elite 5 for PS5. I bought Sniper Elite 5 twice now.
Damn.
So I bought the last game. So the next game coming up is The Last of Us remake.
Is
You
that
may
the
as well
next
buy it.
game?
Yeah, no point in me buying that.
I don't think that's the next game.
That is. It comes out
That's
in
the next game.
September. Yeah, it comes out September.
Yeah, it's September, dude. There's literally nothing else coming out.
Yeah. After that, then you got what's the name of December? Callisto Protocol, which everybody
Callisto.
is.
I'll buy Callisto for PS5.
I'll buy
Because
it.
I'm gonna get Callisto. No, because I'm gonna buy it for PS5, Series X, and PC.
Oh, you buying all three? Oh, shit.
Bet your ass I'm buying all three.
Okay, I see you.
I
What
love
about
how
Dead
Rev
Space,
does
though?
that.
You do
Rev
that for
wants
Dead
to
Space?
show support. Nah, bro, that's what when Rev likes a game, he wants to show.
I have to. Yeah, I have to support
Support.
it. And
Yeah.
right. That's
So
it.
since
Dude.
we're on that topic, me and Rev kind of talked about this already. If you had to give like a top 5 of the games coming out like in the next 6 months, what would be your top
Good
5
point.
games?
In
I don't
order.
know.
In order. From
order?
most wanted to least. But you're still hyped for it.
Definitely Callisto Protocol is top of the list. I put
You
Last of
want
Us
it more than
2.
God of War?
That's the thing. I don't even know if God of War is really coming this year. It's a
It's
lot
coming,
of rumors
Big
going
Cloud.
around.
It's coming, bro.
I don't
Okay,
know.
let's say God of War is not delayed.
If it's not delayed, oof, damn, that's tough. Then yeah, that's tough.
Big Cloud, you know what's up, man.
Okay,
Just put God of
continue.
War at one
Continue.
time.
Tough.
God of War,
I'll
Callisto
say
Protocol.
God of War,
What's
Callisto
next?
Protocol, Last of Us for sure for 3. Let's see what else. What else is dropping this year? Fucking
Yeah, what else is dropping this year? I'm sorry.
I feel like a lot of the other games kind of just fell on deaf ears. After
It doesn't have to be this year.
Doesn't have to be this year.
No.
Nah, because then I have to re-alter my list because next year we got Spider-Man 2. And we got
I doubt it, but yeah.
So if we're counting next year, Spider-Man 2 is definitely top of the list. God of War would be second. Callisto Protocol would be 3. And then you got Last of Us at 4. And then you got
Dead Space is January.
Dead Space is January.
RE4 remake.
Oh yeah, RE4 remake.
Okay.
Damn, so that's what really fucked up. Okay, now I got the list. Okay.
Stop giving them ideas, bro. We'll never get
No.
done.
I got it. So we count Spider-Man. Spider-Man is number 1. Resident Evil 4, 2, Callisto Protocol 3, 4 would be 4 I would probably say is more likely God of War, and 5 would be obviously Last of Us. There you go. That's my list. Because as much as I like it, I'm not really like that in need for it. So
I find it funny what people. I like to see where people prioritize it, what game they want to put in front.
Yeah.
Vic, go ahead. Let me see your top 5.
This one won't be too hard for me. So top 5 in order, Callisto is definitely number 1, but like a lot. There's nothing really close to it for me. After that, The Last of Us remake, because the whole time I played The Last of Us 2, I would talk to Rev and I'd be like, man, I don't really like this game that much. But could you imagine if they had this gameplay and these graphics in the original Last of Us? So this, aside from the shitty character changes, like graphically,
we'll get used to it.
Is definitely high on there. And then after that, the Dead Space remake, I'm really looking forward to that. After that is God of War, which technically shouldn't really be on my list because I don't have a PS5 and I'm not going to buy one for it. But
you had a PS5. Wait,
yeah, I
what?
gave it to my sister.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Gave it to my sister's fiance. And then 5 is Modern Warfare 2. Because aside from those 5 games, there's not really anything I'm looking forward to. I can't lie and say Resident Evil 4. I never played the Resident Evil back then when that game was like popular. So
this will be good. Good chance for you to dive in.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I don't know what you guys smoke on, but God of War is fucking 1. Period. And Spider-Man's not even on my list, Big Cloud. I don't give a fuck about Spider-Man.
You that excited to watch Kratos get killed?
He ain't dying.
I
don't even want to bet with you because every time I bet about people, anyway, God of War 1.
Let's say you're gonna saw another console now betting over this damn character.
God of War 1, Callisto 2, Last of Us 3, RE4, and then Dead Space remake.
So you put Last of Us over Dead Space remake?
Bro, Last of Us is a special game, bro. I wish I could put it higher, but I've already played it, so I'm kind of lowering it just because I've already played it. That's the only reason.
Good point.
Yeah, Rev. Yeah, and put Last of
I
Us.
mean,
Last of Us
you
better be
already-
number one for you, Rev.
Last of Us is in last place, honestly.
Wow. You
Yeah,
said that's the
'cause-
greatest game of all time. It's a special
It-
He's
game.
already
is.
played it. He's already
is,
played
but
it multiple times.
Yeah, I've beat it so many times, and all my characters look like shit. Why would I be hyped for this? You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
gameplay changes, like Vic said. That's literally the only reason. I can't enjoy the cutscenes now.
Man,
You know
it
what I
won't
mean?
be
With everybody
too
looking
bad.
like dog shit.
You're gonna skip the cutscenes.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna skip the cutscenes.
No, you're not.
My balls, Blaze. I beat that game like 10 times. You
I know
understand?
you
I beat
have.
it grounded plus.
No, I know. Rev.
Okay, so when
people-
I
don't think
see
people
my
know that.
characters, when I see my characters looking like straight shit, that irritates me. That's why I
I
don't
wonder
want to
how
buy
the
it.
daughter's gonna look.
You may as well just buy it.
They'll probably make her
I'm
like a
definitely buying
teenager
it.
at this point.
But I'll definitely still play it. Like, let's say you say I'm not getting it. You don't have a PS5. You're not going to buy it. Of course, I'll still buy it. You know what I mean? It's one.
I
Of my
think
favorite
it'll still
games of
hit
all time.
home for you, Rev. I guarantee you, it's still gonna hit home for you.
Probably.
I
We'll
mean,
see.
it has one of the best stories in a game. You know, what I mean, it has great relatable
Bro,
characters.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
not even
Act-
one of the best stories. It's like one of the most well acted.
Yeah,
Well acted. It's a generic story.
and
if you really
believable.
think about
You
it.
know what I mean? No,
Yeah,
you're
it's very
believable.
well done. It's very
Yeah.
well acted.
That's
Yo,
what I was
you know what I
missing
mean?
from part two. Part two, just like these characters
Yeah,
don't
it
act
did-
like
it
or
didn't hook you.
behave. Yeah, it
hook
didn't.
you.
Exactly.
Yo,
The
Max
acting
B-
wasn't bad in part 2. The voice actors were on point. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
all of them.
everybody.
All of
It
them.
just
Everybody.
the dialogue and the
Just the
choice
story
of
didn't hook me.
right.
That's it.
That's what exactly
Yeah.
what it was.
Max B said
But-
Tommy looks weird. That's the other one I forgot to bring up. Tommy does look
Tommy looks
really weird.
horrendous.
Horrendous. He
We haven't
does.
even seen his wife yet, or Bill. Remember Bill?
I want to see Joel's daughter. That's
They
what I
show
want to see.
Bill.
Did they
They
show
show
Bill?
Bill. Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, they
I
show
didn't-
Bill.
I didn't see
Yeah.
him. Oh.
He looks like Review Tech USA. Callisto Protocol is number 1 on the list, far and away. Resident Evil 4, number 2. Dead Space, number 3. Modern Warfare 2, number 4. And number 5 will be Last of Us. I haven't seen anything on Wolverine, but if Wolverine goes for that mature theme,
It is.
that'll definitely be on the list. But
Hey,
again,
so you don't have God
we
of
haven't
War?
seen it.
Did you say God of
You
War?
got
No.
God of War on your list.
Did I say
Rev?
God of War?
No.
Okay, God of War is on the list. Like you told me right now, I can play God of War Ragnarok or Callisto Protocol. Callisto all day.
Protocol. Yeah, I got
All day, every day. Yeah,
I think you're lying, bro.
I'm not,
No.
bro. Listen, I love God of War. Okay, but I don't like the whole theme of God of War. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kratos carries God of War. The gameplay carries it, but the theme is kind of lame to me.
Yeah.
You like more
Does that
of
make sense? Like what is it? What's the mythology?
the
Is it
North.
Greek?
Norse mythology.
Yeah, all that shit's kind of lame to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'd rather go for dark.
Yeah,
all right,
like the
so-
Greek gods.
light
Yeah.
creatures, everything's rainbow colored.
I wish they would have went with the original.
Yeah,
theme.
like the
It was
original God of Wars.
Well, the
Yeah, right?
original theme they were supposed to move to was Egypt. That would have been dope.
They're moving to that with the next one. 'Cause
Yo,
this one ends
Egypt
the
will be fire.
yeah, because this ends the Norse mythology. This one, Vic. So
Yeah,
we're gonna-
before this, I think that this became final, the Norse mythology. There was rumors of them doing Egypt first, and then they didn't. But
yeah.
that would be dope.
Rev, so can we get your list again? Because you didn't even add God of War. So Callisto 1.
God of War
I
will be
just
4.
did. God damn.
Last of
No,
Us is
no,
last.
but you didn't put. You said God of War would be on
Okay,
the list, but what are you
okay,
taking out?
All right. Callisto, I'm not taking out anything.
He said
Top
Last
five.
of Us would be 4 and 5.
Did he say top 5?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said top 5. Yeah.
Oh shit.
One got to
I don't
go.
know, dude. No, hell no. One don't gotta go. Okay, then Last of Us. Because I need RE4 remake and I need Dead Space remake. Like look, they talked about story tweaks in The Last of Us 2. There's gonna be story tweaks, dude. I'm telling you now, there's gonna be some lame shit thrown in there. I feel it. I sense it.
Yeah,
It's
one of
Neil
the rumors
Druckmann. He can't not.
You think
that
they're going to
little
add
kid's
something?
gonna be deaf or something?
I don't know.
Uh,
Nah, I don't think.
What's
they'll
his
do that.
name? What's the little kid's name?
Oh,
Uh,
Henry. Come on, Henry.
Yeah, he's gonna be deaf. That's the rumor. That's one of the story changes.
Wait, what?
And he does sign language.
Dude,
Huh?
why?
I don't believe that. I don't
This
believe
is
that.
this is
No.
what this.
'Cause it's
No, I
Naughty
heard that
Dog.
too. I read
'Cause
that
it's-
too.
'cause it's
Matter of
Naughty
fact, I
Dog.
think Vic sent me that.
They confirmed they didn't do no additional.
they said the
scenes.
No,
dialogue's
there's
all the
story
same.
tweaks.
Oh, so there
You'll-
must be those must be content that was cut. Then they're splicing that in. If you think maybe like old concepts.
I don't know, bro, but
Yeah, you know what's funny?
You gotta do
Somebody
that
said
shit.
somebody, I think it was BG said, "Oh, Nadine's the real hero. Joel was the real villain." And I said, "Look, I cannot wait to go into that doctor's office and fucking dome pop all the motherfuckers all over again. Trust me, dude." And you know they're gonna add the doctor as the father now, right? I'm sure he'll be like modeled as the father, which is, you know, if you look at him before, he looked like, you know, whatever.
Who
But
said that? Who said he's the villain?
I think I don't know. I don't want to say it was BG. It was one of I forgot who it was.
It
But
was
I
a lot
loved
of
the
people.
tweet.
It was a lot of
But
people.
look it. Can we stop saying Joel's a villain? Everybody in that world is a villain. Everybody's bro. So Ellie's not a villain. How many people has Ellie killed? How many people? Everybody's trying to defend themselves and trying to survive, bro. It's not just Joel. Like you're just seeing what he's doing. But if there was a camera on all these motherfuckers,
Dude, no, that all they're trying to do is just get at the people that love Joel. That's it. That's it.
bro. They
That's all
hate on
that's
us,
all
bro.
they're trying to do.
Your boyfriend died, or your boyfriend died.
Good,
Like,
let them.
why?
Who cares? Who
Yeah,
cares?
it's like-
Insects.
Yeah,
You know
let's
what I
not
mean?
let's not worry
Yeah.
about the storytelling. You know, let's kill off a vital part of this fucking character. By the way, Erica brought this up. I don't know if you noticed, Trev. You notice how they did Joel on the cover of the game? Like he's super small, like he doesn't mean shit to the story.
Of course, I noticed that.
Like,
Of course. Yeah, Vic sent me one where Vic sent me like some cover art where Joel's like this big,
like that big, and Ellie's like
Yeah.
all extra big. I'm
Like
like,
a little micro
wow.
hey, Joe's lucky, man. They were. I thought they were gonna put him on the back of the fucking box the way they be treating that dude.
You know,
Yeah.
Vic, I made a prediction to Rev. I said, Rev, don't worry about Last of Us 2. They're gonna make a standalone DLC, and it's gonna be called Joel's Revenge, and you're gonna be able to play as Joel. Didn't I tell you that shit? With the new updated physics and engine. But Rev, at least you're gonna have Last of Us 2 controls with better visuals than Last of Us 2. It's going to look better than 2. At least you get that one last hurrah. And by the way, the whole Left Behind DLC is a separate, like, just like you can either play Last of Us or Left Behind. It's not merged.
I thought it was
It-
weird.
I heard.
It better be. Vic was like, I could tell Vic was getting irritated with me because he sent me the trailer, and the first thing I told him after I watched it was, if they make me play that Left Behind shit, I'm gonna uninstall that trash fast. He's like, bro, really? That's what you took away from this?
Man,
Just because I've never played it, I don't want to be forced to
because
play that.
we literally, me and Rev both didn't like The Last of Us 2 very much, and it had nothing
No,
to do with the
all of us here feel
gameplay,
the same way.
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
graphics. The story was just
Story was ass.
really poorly paced,
Yeah.
and it wasn't that good of a story, right? And I just remember after we had played it for a few days, we both said literally the same thing. Like, man, could you imagine The Last of Us 1 with these graphics and this gameplay? So I sent him the trailer thinking like, oh, he's going to be hyped to play this again. He was like, they better not make me play that Left Behind DLC. And I was like, bro, you got to be happy for something, man. Fucking just have your daughter play that part or something.
I don't know. I just feel like Neil likes to spit in our face.
You
That's
never
how I
know.
feel.
He
You know what I mean?
He cut his man bun.
Literally.
Maybe
literally.
he changed his
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
Do
feel like
you
he
guys-
likes to throw a little salt out there. and it's
Vic,
just-
you're
that
right. He
irritates
changed his
me.
ways,
Yeah.
Vic. He's all machoed out. He cut his bun off. He's like, hey, man. Yo, but Rev, can we
I
give
mean, he
credit?
got his way. He spit on Joel in Last of Us 2. And he put himself in the game. So
Facts. Dude, at least the guy has given us some of the Rev. Come on, bro. Like, when it comes to like pushing the envelope, like, how is a guy like that puts so much corny gay shit in the game make some of the most brutal combat I've ever seen in my life?
Hmm.
Dude, go back and play that game, bro. You can have literally Rev, you can put slow-mo every time you shoot. I was doing that like a week ago. Every time you point, it's slow-mo. I'm just shooting limbs and arms and just blood is flying at brain matter. Dude, that guy, like you said, I think you said that. How's that guy makes the most vicious game, but he puts that's your words I feel like I'm using. But yeah, man,
Are
You know,
y'all
we'll
excited
see.
for the factions? At least they said it's going to be its own separate thing, which we all talked about. But it's
I
going to
like
be.
factions. Rev don't give a fuck about factions
You don't care about
unless it's a new multiplayer. Like it looks like a BR Rev in third person.
It's
Naughty
going to
Dog
have
style.
it's going to have a story mode and all that shit. So it's kind of like different characters. I think that's what they said. So it's like somewhere else, different location.
But that'll be cool, like a PUBG with actually good controls and bullet damage. That'd be pretty cool. You know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, Abby eats burritos and shit. Like, bro, when Abby ate that burrito, she's like, oh, gotta get my protein. Like going up the stairs. I'm like, dude, this bitch, get her out of here. But she had an awesome loadout.
What do you mean?
You don't remember
Abby
her
eating-
eating?
You remember she got the burrito and she ate it in like 4 bites. Going
He's
up.
like, come, don't. I'm like, God damn, Abby, chill out, bro. But she had the best loadout. Like her weapons were like that's all done deliberately, dude.
She had the best hand-to-hand combat too. She was piecing people up. I was like, man, I hate this character, but the combat it's crazy because I didn't like her character that much, but she had like some of the best combat and some of the best set pieces in the entire game were connected to her character.
You remember when that big dude trying to choke you during the story and like you pull his jaw, like it's like hanging. You had to pull his jaw, like it's like they held no punches with Abby's like combat and just the gore.
And by the way, the combat in Last of Us has always been satisfying. You know, when you would punch somebody, you feel that shit. Like, I'm like, damn, that shit feels really good to punch somebody. You know what I mean? But like, I'm so happy for Rev that he gets his one last hurrah playing with Joel. You know?
I don't feel like I don't even feel like it. I don't even feel like it's that serious because Last of Us Remastered to me, when I go back and play, it's still phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's still phenomenal.
To
me, that game is still a masterpiece. They have bullet damage. It's super gory. When Joel smashes people with pipes and 2x4s, it's super satisfying. The game didn't need a remake. Do I care that they're remaking? No, absolutely not. I'm not going to complain about it. But the game's a masterpiece as it stands. It's like Dead Space. Dead Space is still a masterpiece.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
If they only updated the graphics for Last of Us, I wouldn't even buy it, to be honest. The remaster looks fine graphically to me. But the fact that they're adding in the updated gameplay, that's all I want, man.
Yeah, I agree. I got to get to these super chats bit, but give me a second.
I was going to say, have you read any super chats?
I had them all like lined up, but once my internet reset, like the browser reset, so now I'm like trying to find them again. So give me a second.
Crash bag.
I like when you say that, man. It's a good word. Rev, can you give me a second too? Like, goddamn, like, yo, cast tonight. I told you the cast was tonight. You're like, yo, good.
No. See, you piss poor communicator. You get texts on your watch, so I can't hear no bullshit excuses from you no more. You understand? You get your texts on your watch. Don't tell me you didn't see your shit.
Rev,
I text this man, are we doing a cast or not? You didn't tweet shit out. He said he was going to tweet it out. Hours later, he ain't tweeted shit out. Are we doing the cast? Let me know now, dude. Never writes back.
Okay.
So it's like, all right, well, I guess we're not doing it.
Rev, that's fair, bro. But you got to understand, man. Yeah, you're right. The watch is right. But I legit fell asleep one. Number two.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you did, Blaze.
Hey, I did.
Blaze,
bro,
just spare me. Read your super chats, dude.
No, I got to find them. I got to find. No, you need to
find your super chats. I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth.
Listen, Rev, you got to believe me, brother. Okay, brother?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You're right. But Rev, you get home from work, it's like you know what I mean? You got kids, you gotta fumble around, shit happens. But let me find these. Yeah, Rev never believes me, man. God, I've never lied to the guy.
I don't believe anybody, dude. I feel like everybody lies about dumb, silly shit.
Rev, and you know what? Shout out to Vic for calling your ass out. Like that's what you took from that trailer. If they make me play last year, you're so fucking negative. Why are you so negative?
I'm not negative. I told you, man. I feel like Neil has like I don't like Neil Druckmann. I don't like him. So I don't want to support his bullshit. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm super happy for Callisto. I'm super happy for Resident Evil 4 remake, Dead Space. I'm even kind of looking forward to Modern Warfare 2. I just don't like Neil Druckmann. You know what I mean? And I feel like if I spend money on that game, I'm supporting him.
And you feel like a bitch because you're buying it and you're playing it and you know what he's doing. You know what I mean? You know what he's done too. I trust me. That shit. Ugh.
Hey, how weird was it in The Last of Us 2 that there was a character that looked like Neil Druckmann with a man bun, and he literally spit on
that's what I'm talking about.
the character that literally
yeah.
spit on Joe. I was like, oh, you little.
The one that says pendejo every 5 minutes.
Yeah, no character. That was his whole character depth. He said pendejo every 5 seconds. I was always hoping that The Last of Us 2 would get story DLC where you play as Tommy and all the shit he did.
Yeah, I never bought that game. I never bought Last of Us 2. They didn't get a dime from me.
I know. And you held you held strong, Rev.
I didn't buy it until I had a PS5.
Oh man. It's like the one name I didn't buy twice. I only bought one version. All right.
I'm just trying to find the other ones through YouTube.
Nah, you said you got.
Yeah, I'll highlight the ones for you to read, but I'm trying to find the other one. I know Sufferer donated. God, man.
Yeah, no.
What an incompetent host.
Dude, what do you want me to do, man? My internet went out.
Unbelievable.
Oh god! Shout out to Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. The $5 super chase says Game Pass was a mistake. You can't have New York Strip on a Lunchables budget. I'd rather just pay the full 60 each game than play digital busy games or busy work. Sorry,
he's talking about Starfield, I assume. You know, appreciate it, bro.
Bro, can we not block this sex bot? Like, what in the F is this?
Dude, it's multiple different ones.
It's multiple different ones.
Is it different ones?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Like they change the word and it spams the shit. It's ridiculous. Rami Reen with the 5. Greetings. Following the cast from India. Hard to watch live due to time difference. Following Rev since his Cyberpower PC videos. Awesome podcast. Shout out to you.
From
that,
India.
Rev.
That's crazy. Yeah. Rami Reen. Appreciate it.
I remember that Cyberpower PC video too. That was cool.
Yeah, I remember a lot of videos of Revs, most of which he got rid of, like him punching a hole in the wall.
I never made a video about that.
Yeah, you did. There was a legit hole in the wall. And you was like, this is what Call of Duty does to me. I'm an old man. Yeah, exactly. Don't get me started.
You know, I've deleted like around 200 videos.
Dude,
I feel it. You know, I feel it. That's why I went back to your channel. I do.
Yeah.
Even
I was there for that night, Rev. Rev was on Rev. You know, we don't need to get into it, but I remember Rev was like, "Dude, it's over. I'm deleting my shit." And he sends me a video. It said videos uploaded. It was like 400, and then he refreshes his page, sends me another picture. And it said like 221. I'm like, what the fuck? That was crazy.
Oh Jesus! The one with the Infinite Warfare, I think that shit will never be touched. Right? That reaction, you can't put cloaking in multiplayer. That shit. 4 Horsemen again with a $2 super chat. He says Microsoft has abandoned their core audience, dude, bros. You know,
they have.
Yeah. They used to always excite you with explosions. They used to do that Michael Bay-esque shit. You know, now it just was like. They're trying to.
Were they catering to dude bros? I mean,
they did. They had nothing but shooters.
Absolutely, it was shooters. Yeah. It was the shooter box.
Yeah, 100%.
You see Phil Spencer? You see how fat he's getting? Look at him. You know what I mean?
He's eating good, bro.
He's eating real good, attracting all the little casuals to his little box. He ain't even trying. You know what I mean? Get your ass on a treadmill.
Oh, you see Herman Hulse's.
Get your testosterone back up and realize what needs to be done.
Bro, they're all flexing in their own way though. Y'all know if y'all saw that custom bus Herman Hulse showed off. You seen that shit, Bliss?
That's cool, but
they all flexing.
Bro, they're living the life, bro. They do whatever the fuck they want, and they dangle little exclusives in front of us. And we're like, oh my god, I want, you know, whatever.
Shout out to BK Porn Gaming, $10 super chat. He says, me and Blaze same top 5 order.
Oh man, you already know. Thank you for the $10. BK, appreciate you, by the way. That's why I try to pull up to your stream sometimes. And then we got Delta
169, $2 super chat. Rev, go play Trey Peng 2
on Steam. Demo's up right now. Yep, I already have. Yeah, bullet damage is phenomenal.
See, guys,
gameplay is super nice.
You can't surprise Rev with a game telling him to go play Trick. I did the same thing. Like, Rev, did you ever hear of this game called Trick Penny? He's like, yeah, dude, I fucking. When I downloaded it, he was like one of the only people that actually owned the demo. It's super impressive. If you played Fear, you know that's really what it is. I feel right, Rev. It feels just like Fear to me. Literally,
it does. But I'm kind of worried about it because despite the smooth gameplay, and I'm gonna buy it just to support the developer. But I was getting bored already playing the demo.
Me too.
I feel like it's too noisy. Like just unlimited amounts of enemies coming in. You know what I mean? And all the environments look identical. So
same hallways.
Falling into that same category Fear did. You know what I mean? Fear is phenomenal, good AI, good bullet damage, good shooting. But it's just it feels like real samey. It's not like Doom Eternal where you're constantly switching weapons, using different attacks for different enemies. Chainsawing to get your ammo. There's a whole lot of different aspects. This is just shoot, bang, bang, and it's just unlimited enemies. It was almost too noisy. I hate to say that because I appreciate what they're trying to do, but it's like, dude, you can have those over the top moments, but we got to have. There's got to be a good balance. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, it just felt too samey. I agree. I wish they would have added different weapons. Put some silencers on shit, man. Like, give me some new material.
There is. They got a silence gun.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't get that far.
You really didn't play far. Yeah.
I didn't. I got bored.
That's the second mission. Second mission, I think you get the silencer.
Yeah, I got handcuffed. I didn't even know I could cloak. I'm like, what the fuck? Stay in the light.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. I didn't even use that. Go ahead. Continue with your super chats.
No, you're fine. I guess Dwam T, $5 super chat. The Xbox showcase was just cartoons with bland female protagonists and Starfield. I was falling asleep. Yeah, I fell asleep.
It was a cartoon
Redfall
showcase.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but it was a lot of those type of games. And if you're not interested in those type of games, doesn't mean like I'm not shitting on you for playing that, but it just like, I had 12 teraflops, this, like all these powerful machines, and we just, people
that's
talking
all,
about.
That's all Sony has is bland female protagonists.
Yeah, but at least they look fucking
on their PS5. Oh no! See, there you go. See, you see how you damage control for Sony Blaze.
What are you talking about, dude?
Unbelievable, man.
Rev, are we gonna compare?
But
I mean, we got Spider-Man. What you got, Rev? We got Wolverine. What you got?
Spider-Man, dude.
We got
Wolverine.
Yeah, we got Wolverine. What y'all got?
Yeah, that's 2 years away.
Look, man, Rev, are we comparing games on PlayStation? Like, like the Sea of Thieves to fucking, like, come on, man. We're not doing
it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Blaze. I'll give you Sony has better quality games. That's a given. That's a given. It can't even be debated.
Yeah.
But I don't care anymore for Horizon Zero Dawn as I do Sea of Thieves. All right, that's not true. I'd rather play Horizon Zero Dawn, but
I'll say what?
Come on, I was about to.
What?
Bottom line, I lost interest. I lost interest in Forbidden West even faster.
Did you beat Horizon Zero Dawn?
No, I lost interest. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, JT with the 5. I game too, but maybe you guys should try a new hobby, then come back to games later. The joy of games might come back.
No, he's missing it. He's missing
really
the point altogether.
It's
it's not the games. We still love games. We just love a certain kind of game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We want risk takers. We want games.
I saw a guy on Twitter say, "Some of y'all need to check yourselves. Do you even still like video games?" I love video games. I like cool video games. I don't like gay shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope nobody clips that.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't like dumb cartoony shit. I just don't like it. It doesn't appeal to me.
Like you got people who just played God of War. They played God of War 2018. Like, oh, God of War was meant to be like this. What y'all talking about? God of War is not gory. This is the goriest game I ever played. I'm like, play God of War 3. You know what I mean, Ref? And they come back with that silly comment. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Games used to take crazier risk. I don't see crazier risk like that. That's why, I'm hyped for Callisto Protocol. That's more of bringing back that over the top, horror feel from Dead Space.
Exactly. You see, I felt excitement when I saw Callisto Protocol. I said,
did.
wow,
Yeah.
you finally have a developer that's actually doing it. And what I like about Glenn Schofield is he's doing what he wants to do.
Facts.
Period.
He's grinded and developed for other companies. And I watched a video Vic sent me, actually. He was fine with that, but he wasn't doing what he wanted to do. Boom. He's in his own studio now. He's making the game he wants to make.
Yep.
So he's making it with passion. And look at the result. Look at how awesome that trailer looked.
It does.
Dude, I got excited. Come
on. You see like the extra detail they added to his face, Rev, when like his arm got caught in like that generator. And he's like, you see the struggle in his face, like the fear, and then he goes in like, dog. You don't see that. You don't see that in horror games no more. You just don't. Resident Evil Village looked great, right? It looked good for what it was, but after that baby section, the shit dies down and it becomes an action game. You know what I mean? It's not horror anymore.
Everything's glued. None of the props move. I told Rev this too. Like Rev said, the stomp looks the same, and it's like I almost feel like this guy was making this game without knowing Dead Space was on the horizon, like because like you see the stomp, it's a clear successor to Dead Space. Period. I mean, it really is. Everybody can see that, but like I don't think he knew that Dead Space. Like he probably was like, man, EA's never gonna fucking do that again. Let me give the people what they want, without calling it Dead Space. And I think the little changes he made to the weapons and all that, I think not really. It was impressive. Like to see you actually happy, Rev, streaming. I got so much joy to see you excited for something for once. I'm like, dude, finally they're giving the guy something. You know what I mean? I was like, God damn, like give this man something before he fucking throws this shit away. It's like, God, bro.
I just love how creepy the shit was, bro. Like I don't see games like that are really trying to test you and scare the fuck out of you type of shit. I like that. I really did.
No, it looks great.
Yeah,
it's going to be super important for people to support this.
What was he making before, Rev?
Like, look at the Redfall formula. It's just like Back for Blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's to where you can buy microtransactions. Vic, you didn't even talk about that. I don't think when you were talking about Game Pass and microtransactions, like they need to make their games where you can spend money on microtransactions. And Callisto Protocol is just building a game with a solid story and awesome gameplay.
But if you look at, like we talked about our 5 most anticipated games, right? And the majority of those games are remakes. And those came from generations where the landscape for gaming was different. Where
you gotta be kidding me, bro. That's a great point.
Well, yeah, because it was when gaming was different, right?
Gaming was good.
And in the way that games were made, everything wasn't a co-op experience. Everything wasn't a games as a service, long tail, fucking let me get as much money from you as I can for as long as possible. That's what gaming is now, right? But like if you look at those games, The Last of Us, classic single player game. RE4 is classic. I never personally played it, but everybody's real hyped for that. Dead Space.
You didn't play RE4? What?
No, I wasn't into like in Resident Evil back then.
Oh,
I didn't play Resident Evil until they made the remakes for like 2 and 3. But yeah, if you look at it, all the games we're excited for, it feels like they are built from generations that we actually used to love gaming. Like Callisto feels like, damn, I remember when I really liked Dead Space. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I just think that's. It's not that I don't love gaming. It's just I feel like they don't make a lot of games for people like me anymore. Yeah. Everything is co-op. Everything is like battle pass, fucking microtransactions, right? Like Back for Blood. I wanted to give that a chance. And then you look at all the little cards and like, oh, you can buy these card packs. And it's like, how about you just make a game that's fucking fun when I play it, and I don't got to go to the store to like make it more fun. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just. I don't want to fall out of love with gaming, but there's not a lot of shit that they're making that's not remakes.
Vic, remember they said single player games were dead? You remember that, Vic? Like, no more single. Like, but look what's dominating every showcase. It's all the single player immersive experiences. That's all people are talking.
The reason why now is because people are getting super burnt out on that 4-player co-op and everything on every fucking game, or like every game is has some kind of battle royale element, or it's like a games as a service. Like people are burnt out on that. So now when something like Callisto Protocol comes out, it stands out a lot because it takes a lot of people back to like the type of game that they used to love, right? Like
Yeah.
Callisto Protocol is a new IP from a development studio that's not very big. It's 30 minutes from where I live, right? And
Wow.
it was it had the third highest traffic of anything in that show. So people want that shit. And I
That's gotta
hope
wait.
and I hope it succeeds, man, because we need it to. If not, they're not going to make more shit. They're going to make more shit with battle passes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It needs to succeed, bro. It needs to. That's
And
why
that's-
when Red
that's-
says he's buying it on 3, I agree with him. Let him buy 3 of them. Fuck it.
That's why I don't regret my purchases of Elden Ring. Like Elden Ring, yeah, say what you will. I can't argue with the level design. I can't argue with some of the attention to detail. I can't argue that when two bodies fall on top of each other, there's actual physics. They don't fall into each other. There's things in that game that are awesome, and it's single player focused. You know what I mean? I bought that game twice. I bought it on PC and Xbox. Now, I didn't finish it. It aggravated the F out of me, but it's still single player driven, and it sold how many? 13 million? So that's
yeah.
That's awesome, you know.
True.
Yeah.
And
Very
hopefully more developers follow suit and just
Yeah.
pushing single player narratives and getting this other shit out of here, dude.
Yeah, like make
Yeah.
what you want instead of trying to just get with the trend. That's what everybody follows trends instead
But
of just.
to speak to like the conversation we had earlier, right, about Game Pass games, I don't think you're going to see a lot of games like that coming out of Game Pass, right? Because how do they monetize that long term, right? It's harder for them to do that. That's why you see shit like Redfall, which I'm sure is going to have a lot of DLC. It's four-player co-op. It's going to have microtransactions and stuff like that. I think
everything they showed, Vic. Overwatch. What's the other zombie game that Microsoft has that was trash? State of Decay. That's
State
gonna
of
be the
Decay.
same shit.
Yeah.
Monetized up the ass. Yeah,
well, you got to think about it. They're giving you I don't know how many games are in Game Pass. I always say 500 or something. I don't know how much is actually in there, but they're trying to give you a lot of games, right? That's the perceived value of you giving them your $15 a month or however much it costs. But you got to think about it from their perspective. How do they make that money back? It's not off your $15 a month, right? Just do the fucking math. It's not.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to put games in there that get money out of you too over a long period of time, right?
That's what killed games like Assassin's Creed for me. Y'all notice how, like, once the worlds got bigger, they had like a store on the side where you can just buy the crafting material as opposed to just finding it naturally throughout the world.
Yeah. And I always hear the argument like on Twitter, it's like, oh, well, then just don't buy that stuff. Just don't buy those things. But what you have to understand is, like, if you look at a game like, was it Shadow of War, the Lord of the Rings game, the sequel? That game had so much artificial grind because it's trying to steer you towards those microtransactions that make the game playable in the first place, right? Because they're trying to make money that way. If they weren't trying to make money that way and it was just built strictly as like a single player experience, it wouldn't have that artificial grind to guide you towards, hey, like, if you want to build your army faster, you don't got to buy this fucking $10 pack or whatever. So it does influence those games. Even if you say, all right, don't buy it, it still fucks with your experience, right? Because you got to sit through some artificial, grindy bullshit that would not have been there if those microtransactions didn't exist.
I agree.
Yeah, I hear that. So essentially what you're saying is they can't afford to put their budget into a game like Callisto Protocol because that's a game that's set up to where when you beat it, you're done with it.
Yeah.
They need games that you're going to keep playing and keep spending money on.
And not only that, right? But think about it in a different way, right? Say if this is just hypothetical, right? Say if Anthem came out and it was a single player only experience and it sucked like it did. Think about the budget for that game. If you were trying to put big budget games in the Game Pass and they fail like that, you're fucked. There's no way to recoup any kind of money, right? Yeah. So you have to keep your options open to as many different streams of revenue you can from those experiences inside that service, right? I don't know. People still bought microtransactions for Anthem and it was ass, but they made money off of it. You know what I mean? They still continued to make money off of it. So I think those are it's just that there's less risk involved when they're following these trends of games as a service and 4-player co-op and whatever's hot right now, right?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I would think that should put pressure on them to make, better stories,
Better
for
games,
these
yeah.
games. You know what I mean? Just better games. Like the reason why, again, like the games back then got Dead Space or whatnot. The reason why Dead Space was so good, not just because of the gameplay, it had an awesome fucking story to go with it. You know what I mean? And that story was so good, it was able to span the 3 games. You know what I mean? Like you were invested after the end, especially when you got the reveal for Nicole in Dead Space. You know what I mean? It was like that emotional payoff. So that's where I'm at with the whole thing. Like, I feel like storytelling should be the main focus of a period instead of just you finding ways for you to conveniently spend money. Because once they threw that shit in Dead Space, 3, where they had the little bot, or you can like buy the resources to make the guns. I remember that. I can just that ruined the experience for me. It's like, what's the point of going around this ship if I got this little bot, this little robot that can do this stuff for me, which it's even more stupid that this little robot can find rare materials.
I mean, that robot was just getting, but that's
but
not
remember,
the reason why
that
people
robot
hated
was
Dead
only to
Space.
get rare. I know, I'm saying, I know that, but I'm saying like that was the only thing you could do to get rare, super rare material was that robot. Otherwise, you would spend money to get the other super rare. You see what I'm saying? To make the weapons. So I'm saying like that's shit that pissed me off by Dead Space.
We all agree that single player games are. I feel like they're making a comeback. I say that really, really lightly, but I feel like the more success, more like games like Elden Ring continue to sell, they got to understand 13 million copies is a lot. But then they're saying, well, we can just keep you on Fortnite buying shit every year. So we know how the game is going. It's unfortunate that the PS3 era had all these cool games always out. Like I got so many single player games that they're gone. Companies have disappeared, split up, or they're just not like there's so many chances for them to make these, remember the PS3, we had the HD collections. There's so many HD collections and people were complaining about it. But at that time, there was a lot of single player shit. It was dominated by single player games and story games. And people are like, oh, HD remake. But like now people, I feel like want that shit. Like, please bring it back. Please. So it's funny how things change and, what's trendy and what's not. Let's get these rest of the super chats off, and then I'll switch flows when we get out of here.
All right. The good fellow with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you. He says, I don't care that much about how enemies react to bullet damage, but Starfield looks straight up pathetic. Emptied a whole clip and nothing happened. That is true. Dude took a whole clip and just stood up like somebody called him downstairs. There was nothing. JT with the $2 super chat. He says, this is just to thank you guys for the podcast. Shout out to you, JT.
I found the other super chats real quick. Bobby with the $4.99 says, Rev, I'm freshly single after a long hiatus from the game. Can you give me the go-to solid Rev pickup line?
I don't use pickup lines.
Just look at my build, Bobby. And then
I doubt he's even still here, dude. He's
Bobby's here, bro.
F these cats.
Nah, Bobby's still here. Four Horsemen with the $5 says Phil Spencer is the Jay Cutler of gaming, getting paid millions and millions. Yeah, he's definitely the Jay Cutler of gaming. Jay Cutler was decent, right? He's a decent quarterback.
I thought we were talking about the bodybuilder. I was like, I don't even understand.
Maybe he is. I don't know. Four Horsemen again with $2 said Fraud Howard gives off a small PP energy. Suffer so
Who?
proud with the Fraud Howard.
Oh, Fraud Howard.
Okay. Thank you for the $2 and the $5. And Suffer so proud again with the $20. Like, damn, I got no notification from YouTube. Almost missed the cast again. Good to see you, Rev, Blaze, Bit, and Vic. Thanks for taking the time to talk trash about Xbox. LOL. You already know, Suffer, bro. Always love your company, brother. And then my boy King, he said, shout out to the homie Blaze and the rest of the panel. Appreciate you, King. Appreciate you. Yeah, look at this, Rev. I know you're hanging in there. I know you went and got your vape. I watch your energy, Rev. Trust me. Look, at this point, I know. Listen, Rev's like, oh, this gaming shit's going on too long. We go get this vape. Boom. I'm watching you, Rev. You know what I mean? But I'm glad. Listen, you said you were quitting. What's up, buddy? Huh? This shit owns your ass, boy. I told you. It's coming back to your life, Rev. Vapey. Huh? Rev, what happened, baby? I thought you quit, baby. What's up? Huh?
The show was so ass.
Weak, aren't you, Rev?
The show was so ass. You needed something to clear his mind.
Hey. And Rev, I know you told me that your boy had brought over a vape pen. It was so strong. and that you're like, oh shit, I couldn't even like, you know. And I wonder if it was the same because there's this new shit out and it fucking destroys your fucking throat when you smoke it. My girl bought it. It's like this mint shit. But yeah, thank you for all the super chats, people. Quickly, I do want to say this. I want to give a shout out to my wonderful, beautiful girlfriend. Now, where's the pants in the relationship? She owns me in every way. I'm just a little bitch that does YouTube. And you know, if you happen to be listening,
Blaze, we already know all this.
Oh, okay. That was good.
Tell us some shit we don't know.
Fuck you. But I didn't know my girl listened to the cast, but you know, whatever. Anyway, what's up, Rev? Any stories though? Nothing? You got nothing? Are you muted? Or is it me?
I don't know. Hello? Can you
there
hear
you
me?
go. There you go. There you go.
Right,
No, I ain't got nothing.
Nothing, huh? Vic, by the way, Vic, one game away, buddy.
Oh yeah, we don't gotta talk about that. Rev probably fucking slammed his head on the desk.
I know he would. God. But
talk about
yeah,
what?
You don't want to know.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about basketball.
Oh my god. Y'all can talk about it. I'll just dip up out of here. That's it.
Facts. Same.
You don't need me here for sports.
We save that for off the podcast.
Yeah, we'll save that for off the podcast. But yo, it's gonna turn out to be a good year. You know, it's gonna take a little bit to get there, but a few months we'll have some good games in our lineup. Oh, Rev, quickly. So my man Rev is such a historian of the game, bro. He pays attention to shit. Because I tweeted to him, I said, I seen the Sniper Elite pictures. I said, damn, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. I don't know what they did differently that made me like it and stay with it, really. And then you sent back like, oh yeah, well, headshots didn't count as headshots. Like, I don't remember that. I felt like you sniped some. Oh, you talking about just with a regular gun? I didn't get to clarify that. Like, with a sniper they survived, or with a regular handgun they survived?
No, in combat, a sniper rifle, they will literally live through a headshot.
Damn.
They just fall down and they get right back up, and you got to headshot them again. Ruins it. Absolutely ruins it.
And Sniper Elite 5 doesn't do that. And look at
no.
And people can say that it's a Game Pass filler game. Look at that game has some. If we're just talking visuals alone, it really does look beautiful. But the gameplay, I was telling Reb, the pistol with the silencer. And by the way, I didn't know that if you miss those workbenches, you can't upgrade. I'm like, when the fuck do I get to upgrade my weapon? Because I was
you're missing workbenches, dude. I started over because of that.
That's bullshit. Because I got to
that's poor design. I agree.
It's like, come on, man, really? So I was trying to figure out why, but now I know why. Because I got to the castle, I'm like, yo, I can't still upgrade this MP, whatever the fuck it was. I'm like, damn, man, I can't add a side. So that's interesting to know that that's what they went with. Find the workbench, then you can upgrade. But good little game. But anyway,
and to unlock other guns, you have to kill people a certain way in certain missions. So like a particular mission, like if I want to unlock the STG, I got to kill the target with a rat bomb.
Does it tell you that?
What? But, yes.
It tells you that.
It says like kill them with such and such challenge in level 4. That's how you unlock the gun.
Where do you see that?
I had to go to YouTube to find out how to get the STG because I want that gun.
That sounds. I love the STG. I love it in every game.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell you as a quest thing to do, right?
It may. I just don't know where.
Interesting. Yeah, good game, bro. A really good game. And I'm just can't look at Rev. You had the PC version. Why buy it on Steam? I'm just curious. Seriously, why'd you go spend the money if it's on? You have the PC version.
I told you I was disgusted with that conference, so I unsubscribed from Game Pass. But that's not the only reason. I was 6 missions in, and I didn't have a lot of gun unlocks. And then I remembered that I have to go to the benches, or I found out I had to go to the benches. So I said, you know what? I may as well start it over. I said, screw it. I just canceled Game Pass, and it literally expired the next day. So I just went and bought it on Steam.
To support it anyway.
Using a keyboard and mouse, dude, like going back to the controller sucks after using a keyboard and mouse. It really does. Vic knows. That's why we want Uncharted 4 on PC. That's why we want Last of Us.
What do you mean
PC, so
Vic
we can use
knows?
that keyboard and
Vic,
mouse.
you ain't fucking
Vic
with
knows.
that shit.
Man, I'm kind of worried about that, to be honest, because that, what was it, Legacy of Thieves collection came out like 5 months ago, maybe more.
It was announced and never dropped.
Yeah, but it dropped on PS5, and then it said the PC version was coming soon, and it's been like 6 months, and it still doesn't have a release date. So if you're paying attention to the trailer for The Last of Us Remake, it said, there's a solid date for the PS5 release, and then for PC, it just says in development.
I think because Nixus is handling everything, and so that's probably what it is. They have a lot on their plate.
It just sucks. I feel like I'm gonna have to wait at least 6 months to play that too. I don't know.
Yo, Eastern says best water tessellation in AA gaming this year, bro. That water looks beautiful, really. Like the little puddles, like it looks like Crisis water, bro. That shit looks beautiful.
Dude,
Joe
everything
says,
in the environments look great. Everything,
the rocks, it's all sharp,
super crisp,
right?
Super crisp.
So impressed,
I can't believe how sharp it is. The textures are insane. Like, yeah, it doesn't have Last of Us graphical fidelity, but just how crystal clear and just
Super
how nice
sharp.
all the textures are, dude. I'm super impressed with it.
And it runs good.
It runs amazing.
Yep.
It runs dude. I run 150 FPS.
What level are you on now?
1440p high settings.
That's awesome.
Dude,
That's awesome.
super nice. No dips. Yeah, I'm impressed with it. I don't see any dips on the PS5 version. I don't know what version you've been playing. PS5, I've seen no stutters. It looks super clean. I'm super impressed with that little development team, man.
Are you going back to the PS5 version? It's just kind of
I think I'm on mission 6. I've missed a lot of benches on that version too. So I don't know. Maybe if I get bored.
But yeah. Joe says Celtics in 6. That's impossible. But anyway, yeah. Chat, thank you so much for coming out. We had a really high numbers today, and thank you for the support with the super chats. Vic, like I said, brother, now that you got your own space and you're settled in, anytime you can show up, you already know. Vic, listen, you're super you devalue yourself. You're super underrated. Like you come in, you just bring the facts, your knowledge, your vocab. You just come off as a fucking, everything you say makes sense, bro. You've never told me something other than, when you told me, like, I don't know, you were on the podcast weeks ago, a few months ago, but you've never said something I'm like, nah, Vic, that don't make sense. Like every time you say something, I'm like, yeah, no shit, yeah, you're right. Seriously, every time. So anytime you can come, bro, just come, bro. Just, I'll just start sending you a link. If you can pull, come up. If you can't, then I understand.
For sure, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I saw you in here when I was eating dinner and you were by yourself. And I was like, fuck, I can't let him do this shit by himself. And then by the time I got here, everybody was here. So,
but yeah, because you guys showed up at the same time. I'm like, look at these guys. What they had that plan? Like, literally, it's like boom, boom, boxes pop.
Yeah, that was weird. Two things. Number one, sorry for the bad energy tonight. I know I'm dragging ass tonight. I wasn't expecting to do this podcast. I blame Blaze for that. But I don't know, dude. I wasn't expecting to do it. So coming on, it's just hard for me to get into something that I wasn't expecting. Does that make sense?
That's fair, bro.
And number two, oh my God, I'm turning into Big Cloud. I got to go back to the gaming thing. I didn't get to talk about this, but I feel like with the Game Pass thing, I feel like even though I feel like PS Plus Premium is dog shit, I feel like them not doing day and date. I feel like that's the smart move. We'll continue to get. I don't want to use this term lightly. I want to say high quality. Okay, the games are high quality, even though they don't really resonate with me. You'll continue to get high quality because they're not day and date. So I do think that Sony doing that is a much better strategy than Game Pass. I think that conference showed the flaws and the problem with Game Pass. I really do. That was bad.
Yeah,
that was real bad. And Big Cloud, why'd you leave on our last podcast?
Even Mez asked him.
Yeah,
he can't answer nobody. Answer us.
I had to step away for a second.
Why?
So you don't.
Nah, I got a text from my mom and shit. I had to help her or something, and I had to step away. So.
That's the worst excuse I've ever heard, Big Cloud.
Big Cloud.
I
So step away.
What's the real reason?
She needed me to help her a few things.
All right, so Big Cloud. So get up off your chair.
And ironically, when I came back, I was in the waiting room. You didn't see me in the waiting room. One thing about Blaze, he doesn't check the waiting room, which is at the bottom here, because I was in there for like 10, 20 minutes, and you guys were at the end of the chat. So he didn't even check that because I was in there the last 10, 20 minutes. When I heard Rev was like, yeah, where's Big Cloud? Big Cloud makes some amazing thunder. I'm like, I'm right here in the
well, you know what
room.
Rev's trying to think about you, because it's like he sees you when Rev's off and we run the cast, he sees you all charismatic talking into conversation, and then Rev pulls up, and then usually, well, today you've been great, but usually like you're all back and kind of keep to yourself.
Oh no, like when y'all talk, like the thing I love about this cast, like everybody has great opinions, everybody's got great stories, everybody bounces off one another. So if I don't relate to something, I usually let y'all bounce off of it, and then if I have something I want to add to it that's similar, I'll chime in type of thing. Usually that's how I roll with it. But
Big Cloud, I know it can be a little intimidating when your father's in the room, okay? But I want you to know that you can talk to me, okay?
Rev, I'll put you to sleep.
You can share things with me.
No,
you know what it is, Blaze. Big Cloud is good when we're on games. It's when we deviate and start talking about the other shit. That's when Big Cloud shuts down. We still haven't gotten an answer as to why that is, Big Cloud.
Yeah, Big Cloud.
I'm still curious. As to why you shut down completely.
Yeah, why? What is it?
Yeah, he won't confirm. You know what I mean? I've given you that excuse. Like that excuse, that's a good excuse. You can use that. But the fact that you never confirmed it tells me that that's not the reason. There's a different reason. Why does it make you uncomfortable, Big Cloud Gaming?
It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I just don't.
Oh, really it makes you uncomfortable.
It does. No, believe it or not, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. I just don't believe in telling all my shit to the internet. Because think about it. We've had this conversation before. We opened up, right? We give people these great moments, right? They look at them as highlights. Oh, I like for example, let's say remember when you connected with Last of Us. I remember you gave us that real emotional like speech about how you and Joel are very similar, like in the game. Like for example, if the world ended and you know what I mean, you had to choose between your daughter and the world. You know what I mean? You like, that's my baby. I'm not giving that up for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So the chat connected is okay. That makes sense. You're a father. That's fatherly instincts, and that's what makes Last of Us good. Shit like that.
Big Cloud,
the thing about I'm not. If you don't,
hold on. Let's hear him out, Blaze. Let the man talk. Right. Continue.
Okay. So when we go into this, I just feel like every time we open up, we speak up and shit like that and share stories, it feels like that's just nothing but a highlight for the week. And then all of a sudden, people don't take advice from that. It more so becomes like, oh, okay, they just said that. Let's move on to the next thing. Hey, what you guys got next? I'm like, listen, I don't feel like sharing all my personal shit like that. I just don't. And I don't.
What do you mean? What do you mean like the?
So like when they take it, they're like, okay, that's one more thing we know about you personally. I mean, sure, I share a lot of stuff about me personally, but again, I don't share my whole existence to the internet. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I don't think I'm obligated to share what I do outside of YouTube or whatever. To everybody. I just don't. I know. And I'm not saying I feel pressured. I'm not. I love, I'm talking about whatever I'm sharing a few things here and there, but I don't know, man. I'm not gonna just tell people.
I'm talking about
the bottom line is what you're telling me is you don't want to put your personal business out there.
Yeah, that's it. I don't like to tell. I don't like that.
I got no issue with that. Matter of fact, I kind of respect that. I understand. I've put shit out on the cast sometimes, and when
you
the
got
cast ends,
for it.
I regret it.
Yeah, and people probably mock you for it.
Why did I even say that?
Yeah,
not even them knocking me for it. It's just there's certain things. There's certain things you absolutely should keep quiet.
Yeah, like you don't want to get too
people can take it out of context.
Dude, Big Cloud, Rev calls me all the time and say, "Damn, I said this and this. You think I went too far?" I'm like, "Nah, you're good." But look, I'm just saying, it makes good podcast. I want to get that. I don't want to get that clear. Like I can talk to y'all about anything off here. Like I have no problem talking with you or Rev about anything. Like Rev, you don't feel I have any issue talking to you about anything personal. I opened up with you about something that. Ironically, that day when I came in, I was pissed. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know that I was in a dark place. The chat doesn't know how bad of a dark place I was in when I came in on that cast. And I appreciate you didn't tell nobody. But again, people don't know. Like there's shit that I go through outside of this. So when I see trolls and shit like that, I don't want motherfuckers to know shit about me, about shit like that, because I don't want that shit to be amplified. But at the same time, the internet, I feel like when you open up a little too much to the internet and people really get this, they build this little, I guess, vision of who they think you are. That shit makes the situation that much more weird for me personally, because like you don't know me, you don't know what I do. I remember when you got into it in the chat not too long ago, and dude was like, "Oh, just hair is not everything." You know what I mean? When you were open up about that, it's like and you got a little pissed off about that. But it's the same thing that you don't know.
That's a little different, though.
Nah, a little different, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. You don't know a shit about us like that for you to start pointing the finger. Shut up, Blaze. I see you.
No, I think when I feel like when I brought up the wife's weight issue, that's probably too personal.
Yeah, because you don't know she'll watch this.
Go to on a public. No, no.
No, you know they should watch. Somebody watch in the family.
No, that's not what I was worried about. It's just that goes with what you're talking about. There's certain things you shouldn't disclose to the public. Matter of fact,
that's
Vicky
a fact.
told me that. Yeah. So honestly, I'm quite surprised that that's your answer. I respect that 100%, and I completely and totally understand where you're coming from. Yeah. So shit, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be the weird one out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like, hey, I'm just gonna leave. I never want to be the weird one out. That's why I just don't let y'all talk, because I don't want to interrupt and say something weird and we on something good. I mostly just laugh with the chat. I read the super chat, and when we're getting shit like that. But
I don't feel like talking about everything's bad. Like talking about what you like on females. Like people know I do fetish now. That's no big deal. They know I'm insecure about my hair. That's not a big deal.
That's
you know
just
what
small.
I mean?
That's small.
These are little small things.
Yeah,
if you like to smell a chick's underwear when she's in the shower, these are little minor things.
Yeah,
who cares? You know what I mean? But when you start bringing in like your personal business, like your family and stuff like, I agree 100%. That's a little reckless. And some things I've said has been
and Big Cloud, don't get it twisted. Rev was like that. Rev brought his son out on videos with a fucking Jason mask for a long time. He never even showed his son. Yeah. His son was never shown until one day he just said, "You know what, man? The hell with it."
That is exactly.
And one time people were disrespectful and did cross the line, and you just got to deal with them one at a time. Like, all right, see you later, buddy. That's it.
True.
Where are you at on that, Vic? You've heard our talks. I know you've listened to some of our talks.
Vic, I would love to know what you're
on. Vic, drop it.
That's an individual thing. Like Big Cloud seems like a private person. He doesn't want his, personal life to be used for entertainment or to come back to bite him or give people ammo to fuck with him. He's trying to keep his peace. You know what I mean? That's understandable if you're a private person. There's nothing wrong with that. Me and you have had conversations where I feel like maybe you have overshared.
Vic's told me that. And I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? He's right.
And the thing is, I feel like I'm a little different because I don't really give a fuck what anybody else thinks, and I don't make content, and I don't have to see the people in the chat all the time, so I don't care. Right. But like for me, I think it's just person by person, man. Whatever you're comfortable with talking about. The only thing I would say is, try to keep the specifics out of it. You know what I mean? Where other people are being brought into conversations that didn't sign up for this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Vic, Rev will literally be like, well, fuck, Vic. I know I'm not supposed to say it, but like you're telling yourself not to say it, and you got Vic.
Well, you talking about Erica's feet? Dude, that wasn't a big deal.
I'm saying whatever you talk about, but like you'll bring up Vic's name, like Vic is like your conscience. Like Rev, don't even bring that shit up, man.
No, because
he is. Vic's a smart individual, dude. I keep him around for a reason.
It's just because I know Rev as a person outside of this YouTube shit, outside of Twitter. I have like real conversations with Rev, and I've known Rev for like a long time. And I know there's certain shit that he wants to talk about that he can't talk about. So I give him advice on like, hey, I know how you're going to look back at this. And if I were you, I wouldn't talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm not
you're saying the right things to him. No, you're saying the right shit.
Yeah, 100%. But at the same time, Rev's a grown man. I'm not going to be like, you shouldn't have said that. I've never said that to Rev. I would just be like, hey, man, I think anything is fair game if you're comfortable enough to talk about it. Right, that's your individual choice to make, but
that's funny, Vic.
Go ahead.
Because he called me and he said the same. Like, You think I went too far in this? I'm like, nah, man. You know what I say not to him? Number one, I don't want to discourage him and make him feel like, oh, it's a big deal, because it's not a big deal. You know, like if he said it, like you said, he was comfortable enough to say it. But the other thing is, like, that's just when I'm talking to Rev, that's like you said, like it's just conversations that you've already had, and now it's just being said on a platform. So
yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like a lot of shit shouldn't be off limits, right? And there's still a way to talk about things without going into specifics where other people don't need to be involved or no one else will be affected. You know what I mean?
right.
Well, it's not like, oh, don't, censor yourself and don't be who you are. I think when you guys, this from the outside looking in, the video game stuff, I don't really care as much about because I'm not really in the gaming. I'm not in gaming like I used to be. But the conversations you guys have outside of the gaming stuff is what draws me to the podcast.
Absolutely.
It's the most entertaining part. It's the most engaging part. And I think for the chat, it is too, because you can connect on a personal level. And even if you've never been through it, maybe you can, you can empathize with it, or you can relate to it, the situation. So I don't know. I would say
we talked for a while, not to cut you off, but we talked for a while, and you said the same thing. Like, yeah, people like the game and talk, especially on the busy week. They like the game when there's actual topics. When it's forced, it's bullshit. But you even said this too. Like, this is the main draw, I feel like, for the podcast. People like the game and shit. This podcast has been strictly gaming up to this point.
Yeah,
but
for 2 hours.
The main draw, Vic, again, I agree with you again. Like, it's the biggest draw for the podcast. It's what separates this podcast from other gaming podcasts. Like, we're talking about real life shit that people can you know how many comments I see, like, dude, thank you so much. Like, I'm having a rough day. I can't wait to listen to this. Or, oh, I agree with you, Rev. Like, oh, thanks for the advice. Like, that shit, those comments are the best comments, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Because who the fuck wants to hear about MPD again for the fucking 20th time of the week, right? Like, nobody gives a fuck. I don't give a fuck who sold what. I don't give a all I care about is, hey, is there good games? And when are they coming? That's it.
That's it.
I don't care about none of the other stuff. So for the gaming topics, I'm not really too engaged. But when you guys talk about like funny stories or like personal anecdotes or like situations that you've been in, and you guys all have different backgrounds that contrast to one another, it's funny and it's entertaining. And that's my favorite part of the podcast when I listen to it. So I don't want to sit here and make it seem like I'm saying, hey, don't do that, because you should do that. I would just be careful with
how I word
specifics. Yeah.
How you word it. No.
Yeah.
It's a tricky thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Because but like, watch what you say. It's so hard to do.
Yeah.
I feel like
once you say some shit,
late.
It's on the internet forever, man.
I'm fucked. I'm done. I'm all
I
done.
know.
Hey, bro.
The worst thing you've done is hold up that sex toy.
Yeah.
That's not even what I'm thinking of. That's not even what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, man.
What are you thinking of?
I've told people about, just things out previous, demons in the past. Things that I was.
But nobody's honestly,
nobody holding that against you.
No one's holding that against you. If anything, I'll give you my honest opinion about how I felt listening to that. It made me have a lot more respect for you, because you look at it in a way of like, oh damn, this is how far gone I was, and I wasn't being who I aspired to be, right? But I respected you because you showed everybody where you came from. And nobody does that on the internet. Everybody just tells you the highlights of their life, and they want to make you think that everything is good and they're always successful. So I thought a lot more of you hearing that, because you don't realize it, but the people that listen to this, you probably helped a lot of people, right? Because people will look at you a certain way and be like, Blaze is this, and that, and he has all these things and he's never had to deal with anything. So when they see a person like that who has things and who's been through things, it makes them feel better about themselves. Like, damn, he's been through shit too. It's not just me. So yeah, I think those things are important. You might view them as like,
bro.
Yeah, you might view them as like, oh man, people might see me as this. I guarantee you got way more respect off those stories than any kind of judgment.
But you're right, Vic. They see a fancy, or they see a, stupid pros I got and they think, oh, Blaze, but like, bro, yeah, like I agree with that because yeah, I got this stuff, but trust me, I never, it's not like I get what you're saying, bro. I know what you mean. But it still bothers me that I said it because the next day I felt awkward. Even in the Discord, I knew that people had heard it and I'm like, oh man, the monkey's out now. Fuck it.
Yeah, but fuck it, bro. I've already told you this before. 1,000,000%. I would always rather people feel some type of way about me for who I really am than who they think I am. You know what I mean? Those people that would judge you for that shit, you wouldn't want to be those people to be any part of your life anyway. You know what I mean? Who judges somebody for that shit? We all got our own little past and our own little baggage and our own little shit that we've been through. That doesn't define you as a person.
Yeah. Vic, man, I'm telling you, this guy, huh? Be a fucking counselor, bro. He's always fucking spot on. Yeah. But yeah, man. Chat, I hope you enjoyed it. It's a long episode.
You missed a super chat.
Did I? Or did we just get one? Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
I like that you guys are real and genuine. Too many other YouTube channels. Ones who just clickbait, not you guys. Yeah, look, clickbait, all that shit. Look, we want to bring something genuine. Like when you hear a story from Big Cloud, even though he don't share them, now we know why. But when you hear stories, like we want you to feel that shit. We want you to understand, like, like Vic said, not just because you see shiny shit doesn't mean it was always shiny. That shit was real dirty before. Like, I truly believe the shit you go through, it's for a reason, bro. You don't understand, like, man, you just don't understand, bro. I know, like, sometimes Blaze, like, I get messages like, what's his name, Lobo? He's like, oh, Blaze, you got everything. What do you got to worry about? It's like, what do you, like, shit. What do I got to worry about? Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, it was never like this, man. Like, I was non-recognizable 7-8 years ago. Like, for real. Like, I was the biggest fucking loser, bro. The biggest bum on the planet. Like, I'm telling you, bro. I was embarrassed to see my own parents. I didn't even want to look in the mirror. But, I think this is the type of conversation, like you said, that attracts people because it's different. It is different. We're in a different lane.
It's genuine and it's real, and it's not shit that you find on the internet. You could just pretend like you've always been successful and you've always had a fucking $5,000 PC and a BMW, but it's not life. It's not real.
Except for especially on YouTube, Vic. You know what I mean? Like, look at these content creators. You remember Blaze when you first started this? Remember when you started clicking up with people? What was I telling you about these people? You know what I mean? A lot of these content creators, I feel like most of them, dude. You know what? It's whatever. I feel like these dudes, the majority of them, they'll eat each other if it means views.
Oh, dude,
you know what I mean? What do you do with people like that? Yeah. Why do you think I keep my circle so small? Who do you see me associating with? It's a content creator.
See, that's a good question. That's a good point too, and that's why I feel like your personal life too, Rev. As much I know you like to share stuff about it, like especially your love and everything for your family, but I feel like sometimes you need to keep that shit to yourself too, because like you don't want these motherfuckers to know about your shit.
But see, that's why I don't mess with nobody. Like, I've been getting some comments on my channel recently on certain videos talking about a guy. I can't think of who it is. I guess he makes videos. He's been calling me out. I forget the name. I've seen this comment several times.
Yeah.
I don't even go to the channel. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what he's saying.
1316. What was that guy's name?
No, it's not him. It's
he left YouTube. He actually got ran off of YouTube.
It's not him. It's somebody different. 1316. I never should have taken the bait. I took the bait. I don't know why.
You did. Yeah, I don't know why you did either.
Sometimes I still break weak and end up taking the bait. But for the most part, the smart move is to quiet. Move on. What are these people making videos on? Who cares?
Yeah, that's all they do. They live off of fucking reaction, and when they don't get a reaction, they try to do everything they possibly can to get a reaction, whether it be Twitter, whether it be constant YouTube videos, or fucking what Blaze went through with the song of the PS4 when dudes sneak this. Remember that shit, Bliss? Like constant fucking comments you would get.
Rev, I was literally going viral, and this big Twitter guy, he's got like 40,000 followers. For Twitter's a lot. And he was posting, he was posting my pictures, and people like calling him out, like, bro, you're not even gonna leave a link. You're not even gonna say who this is. You're just gonna like put my shit out of context. I didn't know about it, and I didn't care. I was telling Big Cloud, like, Big Cloud, chill, who cares? Like, he don't know me. He just sees a guy. He thinks he probably really does think
you
I'm
regretted that though the next day when you saw the other shit. I was like, bro, this dude has a following and he's painting you like he's sharing this shit off, right?
Well, I went off on
that
Tony Polanco, the guy. He has a verified check. You know, I don't know. Jack Move kept saying, Blaze, you got to check this guy. He keeps sneak this. I'm like, Jack, I don't care. And then I seen the tweet and it was just so petty. And it was done for the third or fourth time. I'm like, all right. And I just turned on the camera. I said, dude, you know, I definitely overdid it with the get off my dick and the swearing. It was definitely overdone. But I want to. It's just like Rev, just like you said. Sometimes it gets you, right?
Yeah. Sometimes we all break weak. I didn't talk no shit to you for that video. I get it. Yeah. Sometimes I want to do that, but for the most part, one time, remember that one situation? We're not even going to go into it, Blaze. You remember the one situation when I was being accused of it? I was being accused of a certain thing.
Yeah,
Vic.
I remember that. Yeah,
Vic really, really talked me out of some dumb shit, dude. I was going to make a video, and Vic's like, "Listen to me. You will not recover from this. You cannot argue this. Your best defense is to ignore this completely."
And it was gone. And it was gone like what? Like a week later?
Boom.
There's a thing. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong, right? You can't fight the internet. And there's no point, right? Because even if you're 1,000,000% right, what does it accomplish? You're not going to change anybody's mind once people have their mind made up about you.
Yep.
It is what it is, especially on the internet. And I told Reb this shit 1,000,000 times because my dad told me this when I was young, and it's always been true. You can't take shit from people who don't know you personally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck what nobody on Twitter or YouTube ever says about me.
Yeah.
If those comments came from Rev, who I know very well, I would feel some type of way about it, and we would have a discussion about it.
Yep.
But if
it's somebody you respected and knew exactly,
or just somebody that knows me, right? From the outside looking in, people would be like, "This guy's an asshole."
Yeah.
But when I hear that, be like, "I don't give a fuck. I don't know this guy. He doesn't know me."
Yeah. But Vic, that's what I was telling Big Cloud. Like all these guys, like Blaze, I got your back. It's like Big Cloud. He don't know me. He's a guy cutting up a console, and of course he thinks I'm a fucking idiot. If I seen a guy cut up a console, like, oh, what the fuck's he doing? Why is he doing that?
But remember, I would
say the same thing.
It wasn't about
I'm not mad at it.
It was his reach and how he was wording it, and how he was, you know what I mean, like putting you in that situation. Because again, the bet was for God of War. It wasn't related to Spider-Man. What did he do? What did he write? Oh, PlayStation fanboy, saw his PS4 now because Spider-Man's going to be seen. It's like, no, the fuck he did not. That's false. You don't even know the full.
Everybody defended me. The people that knew me, Rev, I gotta be real. Like, there's a lot of people I know, but I don't associate with them. But I was so shocked to see the people defending me. In comment sections, I was like, wow, look at this. Like, I don't even talk to this guy. He's over here like, dude, it's a bet. What the fuck you talking about? I was like, wow. Like, it really, I was like, you know what? The human race could be saved one day. You never know. I was shocked. I was like, holy shit, people are not trying to stab me in my fucking back and use me for something. Wow, holy shit. You know what I mean? I was like, and Rev, I want to get back to that point. When I first started YouTube, look, man, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I wanted it bad, man. I wanted to be a big YouTuber. And I seen Rev, and I always told I've run it down I cram it down his head. I'm like, yo, Rev, you got potential. I would always, and I wanted it bad, but Rev said, listen. He basically said, look, if there's tall grass, trust me, there's a snake in there. That's all I'll put it. Like he just said, just if there's tall grass around there, Blaze, just be careful. Like, keep a fucking arm length. And like literally everything came to like it just started happening. Like he predicted the future. Like, God, yeah, you were right.
And you'll see who's who. It's real easy. You just gotta sit back and wait. Yeah,
bro.
They'll show you who they are.
Yep.
Big Cloud.
Just talk to them for a little bit in the DMs. They'll show you who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Big Cloud. Do I not look it? Big Cloud be like, oh, I'm inviting this guy. I'm like, oh, who's that? Oh, that's the friend. That's the homie. I'm like, that's the homie. Big Cloud. Hold on.
It took less than a week.
I said, Big Cloud, that guy is a shady motherfucker. I can tell how he's just here. He wasn't here last week yet. You had 100 viewers last week. He didn't show up. Now you got 300, 500. Now he's here in the comment section. I said, no, don't associate with that guy. Trust me. Mm-hmm. And like everything I said, Big Cloud, did I lie? That people are fake? I pointed all of them out, and you see them. Look, it's not hard to see somebody that's just being fake,
You
bro.
know, it's not even that though. It's like you just said, about wanting it all. I never thought motherfuckers go to like these crazy extents. Like, for example, if you taking pictures of you being put in ambulances and shit.
Don't get me.
Don't
Rev, let me ask you
like, bro. Come on,
Rev, let me ask
we
you something.
doing? This is what the fuck we doing? Like, come on.
You say, I'm gonna say me because I don't want to wish anything. I have another defib shit with my heart's fucking not clicking in the same rate, right? If I'm in dire need, Rev, I'm not taking out my phone in the back of an ambulance to tweet out, shit, man, I'm in, guys, I'm not having, and then have a fucking, I'm not even gonna bring it up. But the point is, like, if I can't believe how dumb people are on Twitter. I'm sorry. Like, some of you guys you guys are sheep. I'm not saying people in the chat, but people on Twitter are just sheep, man. Like, you can't see that. You're letting these idiots lead you. Like,
I'd feel like posting pictures of yourself in the hospital is tacky anyway. I would never do
No.
that.
You're not in the hospital. You're in the fucking, like, the little
ambulance. You're on the stretcher.
On the stretcher.
All that's very
yeah.
No, that's silly to me.
You
know what I mean? You'll find out when I die. You know what I mean? If I go to the hospital for an emergency or something, and it's an emergency and something happens, that you'll find out when the news comes out. I ain't never posting no picture and putting it on Twitter. Now, I did recently post something about my son because he got an infection in his mouth. That scared me. I shared that, but I didn't take pictures of him or anything like that. I was at the dentist's office. I didn't take pictures of
You're not tagging Naughty Dog like, hey, my son really likes your game. He's really sick.
Yeah,
shit like that.
No, my kids are my soft spot. You know what I mean? I got a soft spot for my kids.
Dude, and back what you saying about sides, dude. Like, I've seen some wild shit. I've seen motherfuckers cap for racism because the dude he caps for PlayStation. They let that get slide. It's wild to me. It's wild to me. But then they'll run their mouths about other YouTubers. So let's say the Rev thing with the whole, what? Let's say that happened. The motherfuckers will come in and go after Rev, but they won't hold that dude accountable. I'm gonna tell you why they won't hold him accountable, Rev. I think you know why. Because he dick rides PlayStation.
And that's the thing, and that's what Vic was telling me. It's like these people, see, in my mind, I can convince them. That's what I'm thinking. I can convince them.
Yep.
And in Vic's mind, he's like, they don't want to be convinced. They
want pandered to.
They want to stake you. And all you're going to do is give them more ammo. You're not going to change their mind because they don't want their minds changed. It's like, you know what? They know I'm not. It was just a witch hunt. That's all it was.
They wanted you canceled that day. That's it.
That's it. That's all it was, dude.
And Rev, I'm not going to
piss me off so much, Blaze. That shit had me so hot. I was so pissed at that I couldn't do anything about it. I'm like, they're just going to slander my name like this. And you know what? Vic and my brother both, they talked me down, and I just let it go.
We were on the phone for like an hour.
That was tough, dude. I shouldn't even be saying, I grabbed my recliner. I threw it across the house. I was so pissed off. I can't have people talk shit to me, and I can't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? I feel like they're smearing me, telling lies, and I can't do shit about it. Dude, that's tough for me.
But Rev, you called me that night, and you were that reaction right there. You're like, Blaze, fucking boot up your channel right now.
I know, and that's what they wanted.
Yep. And I'm like, Rev, but I remember saying, like, Rev, I'm like, you want to do this right now? He's like, yeah, boot it up. And I'm like, yo, I'm like, it's my channel. I'm like, all right, I should have did more to persuade you not to do it. But I'm thinking like you're thinking, like, yeah, fuck that, Rev. Tell them how it is. Like, you're not, like I genuinely wanted, like you're saying, like, you wanted to convince them.
Yeah, no, I don't, Blaze. I don't blame you for none of that. I was in a mood. I was in a mode. You were just going with what I was telling you. It's all right.
But hey, Rev, I want you to remember something. Yeah, you can be nitpicky at certain people. You know what I'm talking about. But there were a lot of people that stuck up for you too.
There absolutely were. Broken Games was one.
Yep.
Black Bomb was one. Erica was one. Dude, I don't forget. I know what time it is.
So, it is what it is, man.
They knew what time it was. They knew it was bullshit. I feel like the ones spewing it knew it was bullshit.
Yeah, but he saw an opportunity to slander you and potentially
That's
the way they look at it, Rev, and this is where I fucking immediately just like cut off all communication like I used to. Like Blaze will tell you, my circle used to be how big? I used to consider everybody in the circle. You know what I mean? I used to open my platform to people and let them on. I didn't care if you had a small following or little. I was literally letting you on the show to talk gaming. I didn't give a fuck. That's how I was. I slowly found out that was one of the dumbest and worst decisions I ever fucking did because I gave people a little piece of what, you know what I mean? Like what it's like. And then they just figure like, okay, you know what? I think I can do that, but you know what? The best way to do that is just fucking paint the narrative that this dude is
Big
this,
Cloud.
and then they go
I
with
gained
others.
a lot of respect for you. Like I said, when that guy was talking shit about my mother, which you don't even know, I'm gonna piss on your mother. I'm gonna come kill you. Remember all the shit you told me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that man is a black.
And he chose you over him.
Yeah.
You chose Blaze over him, correct? Big Cloud. He told me that story behind closed doors. Blaze loved you for that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. And look at you just met me 2 weeks ago. Hold on, Big Cloud. You had just met me 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So you have no loyalty. Yo, you got no loyalty to me. Like there's no obligation, nothing. You just did the right thing. You're like, nah, this guy Blaze is right.
I mean, it's
and it didn't matter about skin color or because he liked the platform or he had a big channel or a small channel.
It's not just that though. I'm a man. I know what right from wrong. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to fucking side with anything over no fucking views. Now the sad part is, and Rev, you can attest to this, right? You already know, motherfucker. How many motherfuckers would have done the opposite for the views?
Dude, yeah.
How many motherfuckers
if it's gonna go against the channel? Yeah.
How many motherfuckers will sacrifice a channel that had probably 600 views at the time to down to like 200? But again, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you why. Because those 600 people I looked at, were they really here for me or were they here because of other reasons? They weren't here for me. They were here because of that. I have no problem. See, this is the shit that cracks me. There's like, oh, I got 400, I got 500, you only got 200. I don't give a flying fuck how many views you got. How many motherfuckers? My thing is this: you can have 400 people watch, you got 500 people watching. How much of an impact are you making with those fucking viewers? Blaze, what did I do in less than a year? How much did I do in less than a fucking year?
Like I said,
and my channel took significantly less views. How much did that fucking do? How much of an impact? How many people you met in the industry because of what we've done on the side?
Big Cloud, I've already gave you your flower, but what like I said, we're gonna get the fuck up out of here. But what I'm saying is, the fact that he had a huge following and he was bringing hundreds of viewers to your podcast, and you decided to kick him off, even knowing the result that you were gonna lose 100 or 200 viewers every podcast, and you still kicked them off and you still disowned them.
Yeah, that says a lot about your character, Big Cloud. That's actually pretty freaking awesome, dude.
That's serious, bro. Like I was like, God damn, all right, fuck it, I'm riding with this motherfucker.
I'm over here trying to control. I'm like, okay, guys, can we get over here? And then
Big Cloud smart.
I'm over like, let me just
shut this. Rev. He shut the live shit. So as soon as he heard my tone, I'm like, well, I don't give a fuck. What, you're sick? And he heard my tone of my voice, and he heard his tone, and he fucking, all right, guys, see you next week. He shut that shit. And I wish I would have recorded it to like, dude.
It happened so fast. It happened so fast, dude.
Peeing on my sister. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. You done, buddy? You done? Like I was letting him talk. I was like, you done, tough guy? And then
apparently he even referenced he's like, oh, you buy people graphics cards for clout and shit. I'm like,
yeah, he's saying he's just running. He was going down the line.
Now, Rev, because the dude claimed he was friends with Blaze. Now, Rev, if you're friends with Blaze, why are you taking subtle notes like that, mental notes like that? See what I'm saying? You're buying people graphics cards for clout, but mind you, we're going to leave out the fact that there's a certain somebody, and Blaze, you know what I'm talking about, who bought him a PS4 Pro. Remember that? But we ain't gonna talk about no. We ain't gonna talk about no shit like that, though, right?
And a Nintendo Switch,
and a Switch that you praise and you show off in every fucking screenshot
because it benefited you.
Yeah,
you're cool with it, right? But people don't forget shit, Big Cloud. So don't forget that. But anyway, let me read these super chats and let's get out of here because it's literally 12 o'clock.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's midnight. Holy crap.
BK,
but this is good. This is more engaging than the game stuff for me.
Yeah,
Rev, I was about to say that. Facts.
Yeah.
I love this. BK Bourne said, Vic is a special person, smart dude. Much respect to all of y'all. See what I'm saying, Vic?
Vic knows. I tell Vic that all the time. Vic's the main guy I talk to on YouTube. The main guy. Vic, I talk to Vic every day. Every day I talk to Vic.
Yeah,
I talk to
is
Vic
awesome.
way more than I talk to you, Blaze.
Yeah,
That's not a shot. It's a fact. I talk to Vic every day.
We don't talk anymore. Ever since PlayStation just moved ahead, you felt the type of way. But Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse with the 10. Thank you. He's like, a lot of people don't have any empathy or consideration for others, especially people in power. It's not about what I can do to improve the country for everyone.
Country for everyone. It's about what I can do for me. First of all, I can do to improve the country further. That's about what I can do for me. Yeah, that's that's it.
Rev, one of these days I really do want to go down a politic road, but whatever. I know, whatever.
That's gonna be like a whole different can of worms.
Yeah, Big Claw's gonna check out for that one for sure.
No, I'm definitely gonna be in for that one, but it's gonna be a whole
for politics, really?
Yeah.
Big Cloud's a big Trump guy.
You wish, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, you're a Biden guy. That makes sense.
Not really, but I know right from wrong. Let you start with me, goddamn.
Biden's a fucking anyway.
Piece of shit.
Biden's a fucking. Anyway.
Read the super chat. Some
Red Hood
dude said, "Can you read a super chat from 20 minutes ago?" Did you miss one? Firewall.
I'll find it if you can't find it. You said firewall. Shredded. I don't see firewall.
Continue, Blaze. You got a super chat right there.
I found it. You guys excited for RE8 story DLC plus third person? Didn't they add that already? I think they added third person to all the RE remakes.
No.
It's on its way. Resident Evil 8.
I think you have to buy the DLC. I think
to get the third person.
I think.
There's an update you have to wait for. I'm not sure if it's going to be
it's part of an expansion that comes out later this year.
Okay.
I'm definitely not buying it to play in third person. Fuck that.
That's bullshit, dude. There's already a mod on PC anyway. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So it's going I'm guessing Resident Evil 2 all the way? Remake style? That's what they're going to do with the third person?
I'm not sure.
Luke's saying the DLC is free.
Oh.
Is it free? If it's free, that's awesome.
That's awesome. But if they're charging for a third person mode, they're going to change that because there's no way anybody's going to fuck with that.
You did this one already, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I hear you. No, we got Red Hood, and you got like two more, I think.
Red Hood, listen, if you're gonna donate money and be a fucking smartass at the same time, thank you for the 5. This is going to your mic arm. Appreciate it. About time. And we got more.
Yeah, you got 2. Yeah.
Poor baby. You got super chats. Read them shits and be enthusiastic.
Complaining. About it. Oh my lord. DWOMT. I missed the internet of the late 90s. It was simpler time, but now it's a modern day town square where the locals want daily hangings. Yeah, that's true. Bro, everything. Listen, I used to hear my dad talk about back then it was simpler. You'd get pulled over, the cop would tell you to just pour out the beer and he would follow me home. He'd tell me all these stories. It's like, dude, like you guys just reminisce. It's not really better. But now as you get older, you start doing the same shit. Like, what do we keep saying? Oh, this was better. Gaming was better. That was better. It's like, man, they got a fucking point. Bro, my contacts are so dry, bro. Like, I'm like, I need to like rip them out. Yeah, bro, I'm blind. I'm a blind person without my contacts.
I'm like blind in one eye at this one. I don't even have that one on. 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, $5 super chat. You guys seen that one video of the dogs barking at each other, and then when the gate opened, they're quiet. That's the internet in a nutshell. That's pretty factual. Everybody's quiet behind. Yeah.
Shout out to Naked HD XZY. We have more cheap sex than appreciate you guys for showing up all fucking night.
So that's multiple accounts. It looks like
that's multiple accounts. It's multiple
Rev,
accounts.
They're not just on my channel. They're literally flooded through YouTube to everybody's podcast and live streams. They're everywhere. Oh, and before we're gonna go right now, I promise you. But Rev, you had 190 people watching you on Twitch, and you didn't
180.
180. You didn't even prepare. Right. Well, at the time, but I guess it went up. But you didn't prepare nothing. You just said, "Hey, I'm going live." Can you just do something with yourself, Rev? Can you get affiliated?
You had 200 plus in here today. That's actually good.
That's
I don't
awesome.
I don't like the growth. I don't like the growth here.
Rev, for my size
how many
channel,
podcasts have I done now with you?
a lot. 30.
30.
30. I've done 30 podcasts. You understand that?
30,
That's a
maybe
lot.
like
Rev,
20.
30 podcasts, Blaze.
Yeah.
Don't ever
30.
get it missed. Don't ever get it fucked up, Rev. I always tell you, off air and on air, bro. I appreciate everybody's time, and I know you, Rev. I know you, especially before the early podcast days, Rev. You had a beer in your hand. You know, you had a butt. You know what I mean? It was much easier going. I'm not saying it was easy, but it was easier going. Now you're doing this shit straight up sober, and if you don't like the topic, you still, look at it. You already know, Rev. I always listen, Rev. I appreciate you. You already know, bro. But for my size channel, Rev, you gotta give me a break. I feel like there's people with 20,000 subs that don't get 100 viewers live. I promise you. And they're on episode 250. There's people with 50,000 subs that don't get 100 live viewers. I promise you.
Yeah.
I feel like
my son was seeing me drink, and he asked why I'm drinking more. So I had to cut that out.
No shit. That's why.
So I can't be drinking on the podcast. No.
But a
beer? I don't want to set a bad example. And I know I'm an adult.
No, I get it.
I'm not trying to teach him that it's evil, but as a parent, you got to lead by example. You know what I mean? And that's not me trying to act like I'm holier. If you drink in front of your kids, I'm not bad mouthing you. My dad drank in front of me. I have the utmost respect for my father. You know, I don't need to drink. I shouldn't have to need to drink to be on.
No, that's facts.
You know what I mean?
And your situation's different. Your kids are moving around. They're still up. My kids are all in bed.
Yeah, walking in and out. I don't want to see me. It's bad enough they see me with this trash.
No, you're right, Rev. I'm my door is shut. You're right. I got no complaints with that. But yeah, again, I appreciate you, Vic, BitCloud, Rev, the chat. Thank you. Thank you for being an interactive chat. This chat's never dead. It's always engaged in separate conversations with each other. So I appreciate that. Appreciate your time. And of course, the super chats, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday and have a great night. You guys got anything to say? No, it's a wrap.
Yeah, good chat. No. Good chat. I like the feedback with the chat, man.
Right? It moves, man.
Yeah. We got good support, man. You got good support on this channel. I got awesome support on my channel. If you look at the comment sections of my videos, like look at how negative me and my son were on that conference, dude. The love is crazy, and I actually was like doubting uploading that video on Xbox just because of my son. I was like, man, they're gonna be talking shit to my son, man, and he's just being honest. You know, he was super disappointed. He don't care about the views, but I was like, you know what, screw it, man. And still, the majority of the comments are just straight up love, man. I really like my subscribers, dude. I got good ass subs.
Dude, they're loyal as fuck, bro. You can disappear for a month, come back, and they show up, Rev.
Yeah.
Bro, for your inconsistency, they show up every time, bro. They really do. And vice versa. But Rev, I want you to understand, I talked to Vic about this on the phone. I feel like we talked for a long time. Like maybe it was like an hour or more. Like
Vic's still here? Vic, you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Vic, from my size channel, I feel like this is growth, Rev.
Yeah,
we're peaking, we're breaking. I know it's a.
Yeah, I just know it could have been better if you would have stayed more consistent.
Yeah, and if YouTube actually worked.
I'm not going to go over all those things we talked about.
He knows, Vic. He knows exactly what time it is. He knows what he needs to do.
Even suffer
like for instance, your tweet earlier. It's too late. You should have tweeted that shit at like noon. And granted, yes, we still had a bunch of viewers, but I wasn't even, dude. In my mind, we weren't doing the cast. I didn't hear from you.
I can tell.
I said that's it.
But hold on, Rev. I did communicate with you. I said, "Yo, cast, yeah," and you gave me the thumbs up.
Yeah, and you said I'm tweeting it. And then, like 2 hours later, I looked on Twitter. There was nothing,
bro. But I'm still at work.
Like, damn,
Rev.
I guess we're not doing it.
But
you're still at work. I thought you fell asleep.
No, that was at 4 o'clock. I'm talking about the tweet where we said I'll tweet it out. I'm still at work at that point.
You can text. You can't tweet,
bro. Rev.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, hold on. No. Hell no, Big Cloud. Rev, I gotta go set this up through YouTube and StreamYard, get the link, set up the title, get a thumbnail ready. You know what I mean? It's different than just a regular tweet. But anyway.
Fix your thumbnails. Fix them. Dude, I can't take these thumbnails. Big Cloud, why can't you do the thumbnails anymore?
He is doing the
thumbnails. You remember the thumbnails you were doing in the beginning?
Yeah.
You remember? Do those again. Get rid of that solid cast emblem.
You don't like the solid cast emblem?
Dude, it's terrible. Blaze, do you like that? That's not me talking shit to you. I'm mad appreciative of that dude. I just don't like it. It looks terrible to me.
I like the solid cast. I don't like the that's why I took it off. You see the duck is back. You
remember the thumbnails Big Cloud was doing? He's putting my face on people, putting your face on people. Yeah. Those are better. Those are just better thumbnails. All these thumbnails look identical. So it's like, how do you differentiate what the podcast is about?
No personality.
You click your channel and you got the same emblem for every damn video.
Yeah, I got you.
I guess you're right, but I do got two guys making new art, and it's just so hard to I don't want to feel like
all that shit you sent me was for the birds. That was all terrible. None of that looked good.
Wow, Rev, way to hold it.
Rev, listen, look at.
No offense if the people are listening, they're just not good. I'm not saying there's no talent behind it. I just don't like the way it looks.
I'm working with the guy that made the 3 little faces of me and you and Big Cloud, and then there's another guy making a new logo for this. It's just Rev. It's hard to he's like, "What do you want?" I'm like,
I know. It's tough. I get it.
Rev, I said, just make me a S and a fucking C. Just come up with it. It's like, yo, it's hard, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't give a fuck about this shit, but I understand it matters. You know what I mean?
You need to. This is your revenue stream. Nobody else's. As far as I know, Big Cloud doesn't get no money for this, right?
Yeah. I don't.
Okay, this is your shit, Blaze.
No, I just don't care about the art behind, whether it's a dildo or it's a picture of me, just whatever, man.
But the art should at least differentiate itself from the last podcast.
I agree.
And so on and so forth.
Yeah, Big Cloud's been doing.
And when you're having a cast, tweet it earlier so everybody knows. You know what I mean? They can.
Maybe I'll have Big Cloud do it while I'm at work because I can't do nothing about it. I'm at work.
Yeah, keep having Big Cloud do all your work for you. That's cool. You're a good man, Big Cloud. Good man.
Dude, you know what? Anyway, chat. You see what I gotta go through?
Come do something about it.
I just get Rev just puts the Blaze,
Dude, Vic told me all this same shit. Vic is the one that put me on this same shit. And I told Vic, listen, I'm just not built for podcasting. I'm not built for it. I'm too inconsistent with my moods. You know what I mean? So I turned it to you. And what did you say? Oh, I got this. I'm going to run this. There we go.
Right. Man, you know, life sucks, man. You know that, bro. All right.
Nah, You talk so much shit to me about the podcast all the time.
It's in good hands.
Why can't we just do this? Why can't we just do that? I turned it all over to you. And guess what? You do the exact same shit as me. I've told you this several times live on camera for the chat. They're hearing this shit. For how many times? Yeah, you do the exact same shit you criticize me for doing.
He was the biggest
advocate. Vic's just sitting back going, what is wrong with these dudes? You know what I mean? You're trying to build a brand. Stay consistent. Tweet. Change the thumbnails. Do the shit you're supposed to do.
You're right. Hey, I mean, I got nothing to say to that. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's just,
and you're still not going to do it. That's the beauty of it. You're still not going to do it.
I'm going to do it, man. I'm working on this shit, man. Yeah. I'm working on it, bro.
And listen, for future reference, I'm going to tell you this right now. When I text you, okay, I don't text you that often, Blaze. When I text you in reference to this cast, if you don't answer, I'll give you a 30-minute window. If you don't answer within a half an hour. Listen,
you hearing this shit?
You got the text on your watt, on your goddamn watt. If I text you and you don't answer within a half an hour, I'm not coming to the podcast. I'm serious, dude. I was not coming to this podcast.
Rev, listen to me. I got kids, man. You gotta give me
I don't care.
Give me an hour
shit.
window,
I
bro.
got
Half
kids.
an hour.
You can't have a
Half-
personal
You got
life.
a half an hour.
Man.
I seen the text on your watch. That's a wrap, dude. You're getting my message. Here's what you did. Man, fuck that motherfucker. That's what you did. I'll text him when I feel like it. Unacceptable.
You know what?
Unacceptable behavior.
Rev,
Nah,
you know
I
what
know,
hurts
Blaze.
me?
I know what
No.
time it is.
Oh
You know
my
what hurts me the
god!
most is you really believe that shit.
I believe it 100%.
I
I can't
swear
take
to
it.
we
God,
definitely know.
I can't
Especially,
take it.
Rev, especially when you call him.
I text this dude at work that I work with. He didn't text me back. The next day at work, I wanted to have him. I got to be careful how I say. Let's just say me and him had a problem. I said, let me explain to you how this works, okay? I text, you answer, okay? I'm not a female. And Vic's probably like, you are a female because only a female would throw a fit about something like that. I can't take it, dude. I hate it. And you know I hate it.
Rev, listen to me, bro. I don't do it. If I see a text, I will hit you back. You think I got this watch? This watch dies out. I take it off.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What about phone?
Blaze.
Okay.
Right.
What about phone calls?
You know the rules.
Dude, I swear to listen, I'm not even gonna talk to Rev anymore. Chat, listen. I do not do this shit on purpose. If I see Rev, I always give him the respect and call him back. If I don't see it, I don't see it, man. That's it. I don't do it on purpose. Yo, I was literally passed out on my couch right behind me for like an hour and a half. Thank God I woke up. Look, you don't believe this shit. You know what, Rev? Listen, I'm gonna start getting bigger, and I'm gonna fucking come fly to Florida. I'm gonna beat your fucking ass.
You're gonna try.
You're gonna need a step ladder. Gonna need a ladder.
Size ain't gonna help you. You ain't a fighter, Blaze. I can tell.
Are you sure about that?
I know weakness when I see it.
Oh yeah, all right. You say that to my face when I show
up.
I'm
busting your chops, dude. Relax.
Yeah. Bro, you see what chat? You see the pressure you put? Look at this pressure. Like, of course you're gonna fold that after under this. It's too much pressure. I can't hold it up. I'm like this, man. Chill.
And I didn't say a text. I said a text in reference to the podcast. If I text you on the day of the cast and you don't text back, dude. I'm
okay,
not,
but did I not confirm that we're doing a cast today? Yes or no? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, but there have been some days where we go, we don't get not
Big Cloud, I'm not talking to you. Rev, did I not confirm?
No, but there are days we get no confirmation at all.
The last text you sent me was I'll tweet it out.
Exactly.
That was your last text.
Yeah. And when I got home,
when I looked on Twitter 2 hours later, I saw nothing. I text you. What are we doing?
And Big Cloud, what I say to you?
Rev, you remember that one?
Let me know. I'll do the cast, just me and you. That's what I said. I said, text me right now and let me know if we're doing the cast. I gave you 10 minutes. Nothing. I said, okay, we're not doing the cast. Cool.
Rev, I remember
never heard from you.
Shit. Yeah. I remember he didn't say shit to me at all. And he fucking waited to 9 to put out the tweet. You remember that shit, Rev? And everybody.
Yeah, it's almost like Big Cloud, it's almost like he answers when
it's convenient. Yeah, when it's convenient. Yeah.
Oh shit, cast time. I got to get Rev to come through. Let me tap. Oh shit,
dude. I call him. I don't get a response, right? But you know what's funny? I did something different. I did something out of character, right?
Yeah.
I pulled a Blaze. I didn't pick up my phone. That's right. Drink your shit.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up the phone. You know what this asshole does? It's on Twitter. He goes, "Wow, Big Cloud tweets out IGN, but he can't pick up his phone." I'm like, well. Now you know how it feels, you piece of shit.
Oh, wow. You had a problem with that, did you?
Had a problem with that one.
How about that?
Fucking trash.
Crazy. I used to hear from Blaze every day. Dude, Blaze would call me and text me all the time. You know when Blaze texts me now? Podcast time.
Uh-huh. You just get a message. Yo, what up? What's good with you?
It's okay, Blaze. It's fine. I'm not offended. I just expect a little goddamn courtesy when I text you on podcast day. Okay? That's it.
Oh, man. There you go, guys. That's what happened.
Dude,
behind
it's
the scenes.
Let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
I'm done busting chops. That rule still stands, by the way.
Rest in peace.
Vic, I'm sorry, man.
Don't say sorry to Vic. He didn't have my back. He sat there and laughed.
They said justice for Blaze in the chat.
I stayed quiet to help you. You know what I mean? Because you're not good when it comes to the phone.
No,
I'm not.
He's terrible. He used to be though.
But honestly,
he used to be real good with the phone.
Like how he
hey, no, that's true. Because when we used to play Warzone, see that group chat popping all the time. Blaze like, "Hey, we playing or what? We playing?" But ever
Yeah,
since
get
that,
a little
Oh,
views,
shit.
get a little views on the podcast. You forget about the little guys. You know what I mean?
Man, you got the chat saying justice for eat a dick, man.